So, today is a very exciting edition of Tea and Trains. It's quite an exclusive one. Basically, I'm streaming this on the day that the brand new Train Simulator Classic has dropped, which is basically a shiny new name, ironically, for Train Simulator. So rather than it being like Train Simulator 2021, 22, blah, 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 you know, like EA Sports, name of sport, 2-digit year number, title, looks at F1 22 and Codemaster's chained up in the basement. Anyway, let's not get sidetracked already. This is what Train Simulator is going to be from here on out. It's still going to be supported. It's still going to have new content for it. But obviously, we're now in a train sim world. Excuse me. Is the T word trains? No. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. Classic versus world. Yeah. So how about the release of Train Simulator Classic? We've got 3 routes on deck. Here's one of them. The Bahnstrecke Leipzig-Dresden with the Ice-T. Yes, that is Ice-T's personal train. So that's in Germany. Oh, no, hang on. Is it this one? Oh, I really should know. Given that, here's the exciting thing about this. I've been given this for free. I've been gifted this pack, the Train Simulator Classic. There are numerous T words like Trump and Tory. Yeah, no, they're fairly forbidden as well. So it has 3 routes in it. Now, which one is the American one? Basically, I focused on the British one because clearly I'm a true patriot. Clearly I'm a secret gammon. That felt insulting just to even refer to myself as that. But you know me, we like to stick at home on British railways, for better and for worse. So, the British route for Train Simulator Classic is, where is it? Here it is! The West Coast Main Line South, which basically covers the West Coast Main Line from London Euston as far as Birmingham New Street. So, it's quite an interesting one, this one. It's a very exciting, very densely packed line. I mean, that's part of the whole reason they're building HS2, to basically get some capacity off the West Coast Main Line. It's like, Jesus Christ, it's like the trains are basically almost running like nose to tail. They're so tightly packed in on that line now. And also, every single train... I don't think I've ever got on a Pendolino train and actually had a seat. Or maybe once. Maybe like once. And normally it's that thing at the back of a coach where they're like, well, there's a seat here. Is there a window? No. Do you want to replicate the experience of travelling on a prison train? Here you go. So... Must be in Birmingham, New Street, and Coventry with a 2-track main line. Yeah, there you go. The frames on that route are a thing. Yeah. It's Train Simulator Classic, honestly. Like, I know there's being an accurate simulation of old trains, and then there's literally powering your entire game by Steam. Like, when they say, oh, Train Simulator is on Steam. What, you mean the Steam gaming? So, no, it is literally powered by Steam. You've got to get the coal in the fire. The graphics engine is coal-fired. But I was about to make that exact stream. Way, there you go. Except this one tilts and you can't see outside, so here's some motion sickness. I know, right? But we like Train Simulator. It's just been around a long time. And everyone has some sort of attachment to it if you're a train nerd. So it's lovely to see it still being supported from here on out, just because there's so much content for it now that's built up down the years. Here's the latest pack of that. Like I say, because, excuse me, I'm very lucky to be part of the Dovetail Ambassador Program. They've sent me a free key for it, which is lovely. So thank you, Dovetail. With that in mind, should we drink some tea and drive some trains? I think we should. So what should we start with first? We may as well go in order of scenarios. I think we'll have one of the Class 350 scenarios. Oh, I see. Right, yes. After the morning rush hour, so you should have an easy run. Excellent. Okay, we can do that. Plus third-party support, which TSW doesn't have. I just got the T word. Booty. Yeah. That's how bad that was. Oh, God. All right. Let's do this, shall we? Let's go. Oh. Gotta say, that's a stunning screenshot. CS Carpenter, whoever you are, and whatever graphic settings you're running, the Liverpool to London Class 350. That reminds me of a scheme that completely sucked and Oh, goodness. Hello, Simon Trains. Well, you wouldn't like this. On that, failed scheme. I like another T word, Typhoon. All right, good morning, driver. Morning. Please release the passenger doors and get the train ready to depart on time. At 9:55. Be aware there are some track maintenance works at Bletchley with some TSR. I assume that's temporary speed restrictions stuff. Yes, okay. So here's our train. What station are we at, AJ? I don't know what you're talking about. No, but I can very clearly see the name of the station there. Oh, yes. That town named We Are Nothing But a Pile of Roundabouts and a Fake Football Team that we stole from South London Central. Hides my AFC Wimbledon scarf. Anyway, I have an N-word for you, NASCAR 21. Oh, no. Anyway, here's our train. It's our Class 350-260. Milton's. It is H for the headlights, isn't it? One time I had a Rugeley Trent Valley to London Euston service via Birmingham. Half the time never made it to Rugeley and got terminated early. Oh, no. Oh, well, this is definitely the... Hang on. Wait, is that Plastic Central Station? Yeah. Yeah. Red Bull Milton Keynes. Also, ripped the IndyCar game and British Touring Car. My goodness. Like, I think I said this on stream the other day. I didn't think we'd ever see an ET for the Atari 2600 level disaster in our lifetimes. But well done, NASCAR 21. It looks like you've imploded an entire games company on its one and only game. Only been there for the bowl central. Oh, yeah, there's also a bowl there as well. So if you want to go to a place with a lot of roundabouts, a big cereal bowl, and a football team that shouldn't be there, there you go. I have also been to Milton Keynes twice, IRL. One was for work, the other was for a wrestling show. Those are about the only ways. One of the times I was paid to go there, and that's about the only time. Right, so the doors have shut. I'm a little confused as to what's happening with the lights. Well, let's just have a little systems check here, shall we? Not to mention Karen's F1 team. Oh, God, yeah, fucking Red Bull are there. Oh, no. Oh, no. Christian Horner. If Christian Horner turns out to be an MK Don season ticket holder, I'll have to punch him. I just have to. Anyway. Can you tell this is my first time in the cab of a Class 350? I really know what I'm doing. So that's full service braking. Master key on. Aha! Aha! There we go. There you go. Right. Yeah, there you go. Now the lights are working. When do we have to leave dead on time? Please, leave on time at 9:55. We're already a minute behind. Right, we better get going. All right, let's go, shall we? Oh, nice. Nice. I don't see him spinning Boris. Very good. Also, I can't help move. We're not moving. So, oh, the marker lights are working. Oh, hang on. Ah, well, one headlight is. Okay, so Washer. Wipers and shit. Does that need to be done? Oh, hello. Yes, there we go. I've pressed the red button. And now things are working. Yes, we are moving. Exactly 2 minutes behind schedule. We are leaving Milton Keynes. And I don't want to come back, if I'm honest. Is the DRA set? Now it is. All right, away we go. Have you tried making choo-choo noises? It's always a valid strategy, you know? When they tell you to not push the red button, push it. It should be like Dee Dee in Dexter's Lab. Ooh, what does this button do? No, Dee Dee, do not press the red button. Do not press the DRA reset button. I'm moving. Oh dear. Right, here we go. And we're up to 30 miles an hour. What? Why are you binging at me? Why are you binging and now why are we stopping? Why am I... What? What? I'm pressing the button. I always loved how Man Dog was down bad for her. Why is train beep at me? Why train beep at me? Stop it. Well, that was a wonderful... Yeah, we've made it 100 yards down the line. There's a mini dartboard on the centre. I'm pressing Q. Please. Can we... Someone Alt F4 the train. Has someone had a cigarette in the toilet? Is that what's happened here? I may need to mute the You're not the only one. We've essentially taken hostages here. Right, shut up. Stop beeping at me. You're not helping here. What? The reverse is stuck. I can't do anything. The train's just frozen. Please. I'm now just honking like, please, someone rescue me. We can let you know when the beeping's over. Yeah, please do. Oh my God, it's doing my tits in as well. Yeah, I'm just pressing buttons now. Please. Do something. For Jerry's Ferrari 612. Stop buzzing. I remember that. Right. I'm pressing more buttons. Nothing I'm doing is... Help! I'm pressing buttons on... Regretfully, it continues. Nevertheless, it's persisting. I can't even turn the train off. I want to do the thing. Is there a smoke detector? I'm not... Oh, it stopped! It stopped! Oh my God! Right. Okay. So if we... No. Take the brake off. Can we move? Or... No. Okay. Right. So beeping has stopped. Can we move? We're moving again! It now says Liverpool. It now says Liverpool on the train destination indicator. Oops. Right, well, I have no idea what happened there. So, right. Where are we at? Excuse me. Right. Well, we're moving. Milton Keynes to Liverpool. I know, right. I want to fix that. Oh, it's Bengalino. Hello. You're going a bit fast, aren't you? Oh, it's Lichfield, Trent Valley. Not quite. Simon Trains' his home stop. Ledbury, Leamington Spot, Kidham. Depot, Crewe. We're just scrolling through names of stations now. Press Alt F4. No. No, don't do that. Oh God, it started again. Why is it doing this? What? Why is... I like how I'm being punished for this as well. Who's left their turkey in the oven? Can someone stop smoking in the toilets, please? This is very annoying. There we go. Right. So for some reason, we seem to be able to move for about 20 seconds. Then the train starts beeping at us, stops, Control-Alt deletes itself, and I'm here just like, right, okay. It's something to do with this speed restriction at Bletchley. It's I'm going to Coventry, apparently. Right, where was I? I'm trying to fix this. Snow Hill, Birmingham New Street, right. Moore Street, Bedford. It won't go any further than Bedford. Let's keep going the other way. Where do we want to go today? Hereford. Yeah, I pressed that button. Right, that button works. Oh, there's another Pendolino. Hello. Right, Kidderminster, Leamington Spa, Ledbury, Lichfield, Trent Valley, Liverpool, Lime Street, London, Euston. Right, we're there. What else is on here? We've just been from there. Northampton, not in service. I've not heard of that station. Nuneaton, Redditch, Rugby, Rugeley, Trent Valley, home of Simon Trains. That's what it should say on the station platforms, on the platform signs. Rugeley, Trent Valley, alight here for Simon Trains. It's just like, we'll give it a go. Shrewsbury, Special, again, I haven't heard of that station. Stafford, Stoke-on-Trent, Stourbridge Junction, Stratford-upon-Avon, Walsall, the mighty Walsall, Watford, Wolverhampton, Worcester, Foregate Street, Worcester, Snub Hill, Worcester Snub Hill, it's Shrub Hill, right, anyway. No, I'm tapping, no, please, why, please. We've been, oh my God, why would you do this? Why would you? I've had enough. I've had enough. I don't trust the beeping. Right. For crying out loud, you're putting people off my stream. You're that annoying. Stop beeping at me. I'm literally just Jeremy Clark's right now. Stop beeping. Right. Sudoku, it stopped beeping again. That's a pretty bad track record of coming back. Right. Okay. Alright, we're going to start moving again. I might even... Was this train built by Aston Martin? At this rate, we'll be at Euston sometime tomorrow. I know, right? We're supposed to be doing flipping 100 miles an hour. Go on, let's put a foot down. It still says we're going to Worcester Snub Hill. I don't know why it's Worcester Snub Hill. Worcester Snubble. Like, what's going on with that? It's Worcester Shrub Hill, isn't it? Tring, Birmingham International, St Albans Abbey, Bletchley, Dorridge. It just sounds like your nan who's going to bake you a cake. Dorridge, what else is there? Whitlock's End. Right, that beeping I can respond to, and right. Pretty standard day at work. Isn't this a DMU? It's an EMU. You know what's crazy? Holt got more of that car than Vettel. I think Vettel's just like fed up. He's like, fam, I thought things were shit at Ferrari. Y'all waved a check at me, and now I'm the son's bitch. It's just like, look, I own this gap. Oh, hello. Oh, Jesus. Right. We've got to slow down now. We have actually got to slow down here. Because, you know, temporary speed restriction, blah, 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 blah. Right. I'm really hoping once we get past Bletchley... Also, are we seeing what's going on with the... Is anyone seeing at the bottom there the like, text like... The in-game HUD is struggling with the frame rate. We're going to Whitlock's End. Somewhere darts player Simon Whitlock's just like, what's going on in my end? I really don't understand. No, I don't think we do either, Simon. Oh, we're grinding across some flanges. I think we have... Right, let's actually put the correct destination up now. No, not Worcester Snub Hill. I still don't know where that is. Not Walsall. Special. It is special in all the worst ways. Rugeley, Trent Valley. We'll just go and see Simon, shall we, for a beer. I think we're going to need it. Rugby. Redditch. Nuneaton. Not in service. Northampton. Shithole. London Euston. Right, okay. Okay. Why does this keep happening? I'm pressing the... It just won't stop beeping! Why? Why will you not shut up? Why is the... It's making me ill. Shut up. Right. Do you know what? Yes, I'm getting off this train. I don't care. To the lads in Coach 4, your vaping is not... Right. Yeah, actually, do you know what I'm doing? Do you know what I'm doing? I'm going to bail out of the game briefly, and I'm going to go over to the Dovetail Discord server and be like, what's going on? What the fuck? Dude, am I missing something? Because, like, what? Please? I'm getting tinnitus in my left ear from all the beeping. It's like I've got a bird on my shoulder just beep, 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 beep. Just pecking my ear. Train go beep, please help. Oh, yeah. Right, okay, so... Right, train go beep, please help. Right, there we go. The question has been posted in the Dovetail Discord. Basically, I finished off with the line, am I being stupid or is this a bug? Either is possible, right? But normally, for those of you that don't understand, by the way, or don't know, the typing sounds like someone from London who's been putting in a delay repay for their train being cancelled due to it terminating north of Bletchley. Listen, I just got off the train and just walked off. Someone's just tweeted like angrily, like, at London Midland, we're stopped out just north of Bletchley, and our driver just decided to get off and rage quit. He kicked the train and said it was stupid, and then just walked off. And now we're just sat here in the middle of Bletchley. Oh dear. Right. let's like, the problem there is a bit of a problem in that most of the scenarios for this route involve that train. But I tell you what, good thing there's a depot next to there. There you go. Do you know what we'll do instead? Let's use a train that I'm very familiar with. It's from closer to back home. And you may be thinking, what's a Southern Class 377 EMU doing on the West Coast Main Line to the north? Well, into London Midland Territory, driving a Southern Class 377. It's one of the hourly trains linking East Croydon, Clapham Junction, and Kensington Olympia with that place. So, yeah, East Croydon to that place. Sorry, I just sort of struggle to say the word. We're going to stupid G-Town. Sorry, I just have a real problem saying that. I don't know what it is. I should just be able to say the name motherfucking club stealers. Just can't do it. Anyway, right, let's get on with it. Constipation. Oh, what has this stream been? This has been chaos. I love how Sudoku Nerd earlier was like, is this stream going to be chaos? And I was like, well, it's not supposed to be. Right. So I'm going to keep an eye on the Discord. The one run I have done so far, well, I didn't do it completely, but I did play around with it yesterday just to see if it was all working, was the one involving the Pendolino. That seemed to be, touch wood, that seemed to be working okay. And also it's raining. Bless Train Simulator, you can't render an empty room on a sunny day without the frame rate dropping to PowerPoint levels. It's an old game. It's trying its best out here, but why are you putting it in the heavy rain? Why are we now in a David Cage game? Are we doing the tutorial? Apparently not. Right. Okay. So is it on? Aha. Yes. Some pinging is happening, but that's no. We've put it in reverse. No. Mutual. Forward. There we go. Forward. Right. Who needs to learn what all the buttons do? I just sort of wing it, really. Right. No. That's there we go. That'll do. Some lights are happening. There's light at the end of the tunnel. We're gonna press that and then turn that off. Dartboard on the left this time. Yeah, there it is. Look at that. Way double top. Screens to watch some Sky Sports on if you want. A touch screen. It's all very schmancy. Oh, can we open the window? We can open the window. Not that we want to on a day like today. You really don't want to do that. Right, we've got a yellow signal, and I think we should go. Right. We're moving. What the? I love the mix of low-res train horn and then, like, depot, like, bell, depot whistle, you know what I mean? Paul O'Neill's done an interview with Jason Plato. Yeah, excellent. Anyway, now I'm joking. Was it interesting? Was it like, yo, Jason, you're really old now. You've been doing this for a long time. Yeah, I have, haven't I? It's kind of become my whole life. I don't really know how to function as a human being in society. I just sort of go home and if I'm going down the supermarket, I just have to T-bone an old granny into the fridge. If I see an old granny making a dart for the pizza aisle, I've just in that situation, I've just got to punt her off. I just can't adjust to not driving anymore. Well, he is still driving this, but you know what I mean. Right. Anyway, I would just like to offer. What's one thing we're not hearing? There's no beeps. There is no beeping. There is. I'll tell you what there is, though. There's also no visibility. Whereabouts are the... No, we don't want to release the doors. Cab light. We may as well put that on. It's a bit gloomy. Traction. Train fault acknowledged. Nope. Yep. Okay, good. Green lights. That's good. Where's the wiper? Wiper. There we go. Wash, wipe, no. Work. Stupid. Okay, there we go. It's on. It's working. There we go. Pop that on. Hey, there we go. We can actually see where we're going. Yeah, there you go. Look at this there. Look how happy I am in that cab. Just like, yeah, I am in a world with no beeping. I am in a beep-free zone. Although we do have to slow down in a moment. So I'm just going to coast it. And no beeping. I know, right? I'm willing to bet it's either a thing with that train. Oh, right. Okay. I've had a response in the Discord server. It's DSD/DVD. I don't quite know what those things mean. But it's that. Apparently the DVD player in our train was causing issues. Control and right, it's on the E key, and if you want to disable it, it's Control D. Right, okay. By default, it's enabled. That's the UK version of Cipher. Okay, I assume that's some sort of train protection thingamy-bob. Make sure you don't crash kind of system. Which is all well and good, but, I mean, one, I'm an expert. I don't know why I'd need something like that. There wasn't DVD in the... No, there wasn't. Uh-oh. Steady. Can we slow? Can we slow? This is a very circuitous route we're taking. Oh, there we go. What? There you go. Oh. No, 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 no. Slow. There we go. Doobie-doobie-doo. So like I said, I'm used to pressing Q to make beeping from the train stop. So when beeping started and I pressed Q and nothing happened, I was like, oh, I am officially lost. Oh, hello. We're going quite steeply uphill now, so... Oh, that's better. I just realised, I was like, I can barely hear anything. Well, I know exactly why I had the volume turned down. I was like, why have I not got the volume up anymore? Because you would have ripped your own ears off. All right. Right now, I would like to report that everything aboard this train is working. Things are going well. Excuse me. If George Russell was a train, what type of train would he be? A very handsome, very fast one. So, a HST, maybe. Oh, we have to slow down again. It's Pendolino. Hello. Oh, steady. We've got to slow down again. What would Lewis be? It's a good question. That's a challenge for you, Chatto. You've worked that out among yourselves. Oh, hang on. Is that... Now, aha, we're going... Right, we're going over there, so... Do we need to... 16, 15... All right, calm down. There you go, I'm slowing down. Jeez. Jesus. Trundling nice and slowly. Our destination marker, by the way, set for Eastbourne. And Yuki would be a GWR 060 pan. What? Because he's small and very loud. I like it. An Alstom AGV, a beautiful train for a beautiful human. I assume you're talking about George Russell there. Not that Lewis Hamilton isn't handsome as well. This chat reminds me of a combination I had about making roller coasters into anime. I don't even know what to say to that, really. Oh, hang on. No, that's no. You know what? I'm just not going to press anything. I'm just not going to press any buttons. Things are working. We can now speed up, so I think we should give it the beans. Let's give it the beans. There we go. Oh shit, we got to stop at Wembley. Oh no. We're finally speeding up, but we now have to stop at this station. Oh, never mind. We'll be fine. Well, there is an anime about trains last year, but I don't remember the name. I think someone mentioned it in here. Someone must have done. I know someone who made New York City buses into a magical girl manga-style thing. Lewis lives in Monaco, which is French-speaking, and Alstom originates in France. Okay, there you go. Basically Sailor Moon, except buses. Right. Slowing. Slowing. Wembley Central platform fly. Sorry, my dial-up just reconnected there. Where were we? Oh yeah, slowing down from Wembley Central Station. Still doing 30 miles an hour. Morning, Dave. Alright, no, we're good. We're good. Literally worked there. Yeah, you did. Didn't you find some top secret hidden network southeast signage? I used to be in park my car just to the right there. Very nice. Alright, come on. Come on. Do the things. Come on, train. Do the things. Come on, train. Do the things. Come on, train. And then... Oh, you know what? I think we played a blinder there. Why is the cab light turned off? Okay, well, the doors are open. Oh, that is the cab light. Right, okay. Oh, that's literally it. Right, okay. Anyway, welcome to Wembley Central. And as you can see, just in there is Nay's toolbox. Nay's toolbox. And somewhere up there is Nay actually working on some electrical stuff. So if the lights all go out in the station, we'll know why. I would also like to point out, we successfully made a journey between... We started and have now arrived at a station with no beeping. No beeping occurred. And we got a timeliness... I like the fact it's referred to as a timeliness penalty, even though it's plus 90 points. So it's like a timeliness bonus. We were on time. Holy shit. Well, mostly. Our ETA at Harrow and Wealdstone is 10:13:45. Our ETA is 10:15:26, so we've got 2 minutes to make up. Right, let's go. Let's boot it. Speed. We can do 90 miles an hour. Let's go. Read my last comment. It's good. Aston Martin would be Henry. Henry from Thomas... Well, hang on. Wasn't he based on a Gresley A3? So what you're saying is, are you indirectly taking a pot shot at the most famous steam locomotive ever, pretty much? Being like, hey, look, it's all fancy and green. It's actually not that fast. You have riled up a lot of train Twitter, and I'm here for it, quite honestly. Because as Catherine Moore from Yorkshire's Hidden History perfectly put it, when I explained, because when she went off on her rant about Bronte country and how it was so lazy branding everything as Bronte this, Bronte that, including the place called the Bronte Balti, which I thought was amazing. I was like, so the like train fan equivalent, the rail rail enthusiast equivalent would be how people get bored of how it's like, oh, you like trains? Well, there you go. Oh, Gordon was the A3. That's right. That's right. Oh, there's the London Overground train over there. Hello. Hello. Yeah, Gordon was the A3. Henry was the Black 5. In which case, the Black 5 was a powerhouse. That thing was like, right, what do you need me to pull today? What do you need me to do? I will fucking do it. Because I'm a dench boy. Has to be up bright and early. As much as I love to continue tuning in, I should be off to bed right now. Get yourself some rest, Mark. That's more important than watching someone arse around on Twitch. You know that. So, go get yourself some sleep. I've loved your company as usual. You know that. It's always a pleasure having you in here. Right. Meantime, you know, I said we were like 2 minutes down on our time for when we should be getting to Harrow and Wealdstone. Our ETA is now 10:13:54. We're now 9 seconds off. We have made up time in the last sector. We're belting it along. We are still doing 75 miles an hour, barely a mile out from the station, but, you know, we can deal with that. We'll be fine. Once we finish this scenario, we'll actually go back to trying to do one with the Class 350. We'll probably finish the one we were trying to do. And this time, disable the DVD menu or something. Disable the DVD player. Seemed to be causing some issues. Once an engine attached to a train was afraid of a few drops of rain, he went into his tunnel and squeaked through his funnel and wouldn't go. Yeah, right. The very innocent, you know, kid story, you know, teaching people a lesson in how you shouldn't not go out in the rain. You should just sort of man up, because if you don't, you're a pussy and you deserve to be buried alive. Right, okay. Mr. Rev Dub Audrey, big man, we need to have a word, all right? Still one of my favorites. I would say, thank God, I assume you're not planning on having kids of your own. All right, meantime, welcome to Harrow and Wealdstone. It's not just Harrow, it's both. Oh, is this where the Wealdstone Raiders from? He should be on the platform. You got no fans. There he is. There he is. You got no fans. Oh, shit. I got no brakes. But I think he deserved his punishment. Don't you? I know, right? Oh, hello, Flawless Aura. How are you doing? Welcome in. Thank you for the follow. Timed that very well. I just arrived at the station. So I can actually have a natter with... Please do not leave bags unattended. No, don't. Yeah, don't do that. You probably shouldn't do it. I said that at the top of the stream. Look, don't be a pillock and leave your bags on the... You get on the train, you're halfway up to, like, Edinburgh, and you're like, oh, no. I've left my bag. I've left my laptop on the platform at Harrow and Wealdstone. Hi, Bean. I like people using the word bean as a reference, as a like, what would you call it? A word to refer to somebody. Sorry I'm late. I was so busy. No worries. You're fine. We spent the first hour of the stream rambling on about Eurovision, mostly. And then, since then, we've spent about 20 minutes yelling at a train that wouldn't stop beeping at us. So it's been a great time. Fortunately, this train has not been beeping at us and throwing a strop. It's been working well. Trains. I love watching games like this. Way! Well, you'll be right at home here. Oh, is that the London Overground signage? Yeah, it is. Nice. Okay. Oh, we can go up to 100 miles an hour. Can we now? The next station's Watford Junction in 6 miles. Is it now? Let's go. I love playing Euro Truck, but trains is a lot of buttons. I know, right? I have wondered this before. I think it would be lovely. I don't know how you'd quite do it. But I would love a train simulator game with the same kind of relaxing pops and podcasts on and trundle around doing things appeal as Euro Truck Simulator. It's quite weird as well. Conversely, I've never quite got round to actually playing Euro Truck Simulator, because even though I literally have a steering wheel over there and I've played tons of racing games and I love cars, it's a lot of trundling around on motorways, shifting through about 25 million gears. I'm sure I could get along with it. And besides, I'm a train person, right? I'm just sitting there like, you know what? This should be on the railway. We should be hauling a freight train right now, not a freight truck. Oh, look at this. We're in a drag race. Oh, it's a train race. Look at this. It's a train race. No. Come on. Maximum power. No. No. We are being slightly out-dragged by the Pendolino here. We are being overtaken here. So it's almost like they've got DRS open. The Pendolino had DRS open there and has gone blasting past down the straight. Oh, look at that, though. What a view. What a view. I mean, if you're a fan of Pendolinos, you know, they're not bad. To be fair, our train's doing quite well. It's like, I'm doing 78, please. I'm not built for this. The Pendolino is literally just built different. I highly recommend Euro Truck. I don't have a wheel, but I just put on a podcast or music and drive and try not to crash. Yeah, that seems to be the appeal. There was one stream where hang on. Those are some very abandoned platforms there. What station was that we just went through? I'll investigate that later. My abandoned station detective senses have just started pinging there. It just happens. So what happens when you start making railway history documentaries on YouTube? You start to acquire this. It's like Spidey sense, but shit. You just end up acquiring a thing of like, wait a minute, I think there was an abandoned station here once. Dun, dun, dun. The abandoned station detective, that's me. Oh, there's a 350. I wonder if it's beeping at the driver. We're honking. Oh, that's worked out well. Have you actually listened to the Moldova 2022 Eurovision song yet? No, I haven't. I feel like I have to. But you know what? You know what, Aura? Do you mind if I refer to you as that? I know your real name, of course, but, you know. I like how many people also are like, would you like to be referred to as AJ or Omega? One day I'll just be like, no, I want to be referred to as Hey It's. Bit like that amazing story that Dave Grohl tells about how he deliberately messed with Christopher Walken when they were on SNL. They were performing on SNL and Christopher Walken was like the compere, the special guest, you know, the big cheese. And Christopher Walken came up to them backstage, and you know Christopher Walken's voice, it's brilliant. He has one of the greatest accents in the world. And he came up to it, just so we're clear, is the emphasis on Foo or fighters? And, you know, obviously it's Foo Fighters, so, but Dave deliberately went, no, it's on fighters, the emphasis is on fighters. Because he knew it would be brilliant, like how Christopher Walken would say it. And he comes out at the start of the show, he goes like, ladies and gentlemen, Foo Fighters. And presumably, like, Dave and the band are like on the stage, like, oh shit, we got to play now. I spent the entire first verse of the song giggling. So, like, all my life I've been, lol. All my life I've been laughing. I've been lolling. I like Aura. Excellent. There you go. You can call me whatever you like, AJ. Ooh. Okay, I will. Cheeseburger. I don't know. Eurotruck reminds me of that Clarkson roundabout truck drivers. Change gear, murder prostitute, change gear. Crikey. Oh, we are supposed to be stopping at, okay. Okay, nobody panic. But we are supposed to be stopping up here momentarily. Oh, we'll catch up with the Pendolino here. Yes! Come on, come on. Okay, we're slowing down. We're fine. We're good. I always panic so much about the brakes on trains. And then as soon as I stop panicking, I get a train. Since we're speaking of Foo Fighters, an 07 in the chat. What's that? Raise a glass emote. If it's some sort of tribute for Taylor Hawkins, amen. I can get behind that. Do. Well, there's an overground train over there. And now truck drivers are now having to deal with crazy people sticking themselves to the truck. Oh, goodness me, yeah. Just stop all oil immediately. How? Just stop the thing. Or we'll stop football games. Okay. 07 is a salute. Right, okay. Oh, yes, there you go. Yes. Salute to the Foo Fighters and Taylor Hawkins, always. Always. Right. We are just trundling in, nice and smooth. It's cooking oil. Oh. All right, there we go. 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 Oh, look at that. Spot on. There we go. So, yeah, welcome to Watford Junction. We're out here. There's a build... I will be honest, I'm not sure about that tunnel design. I think it might have some clearance issues. In fact, I have many questions about that billboard. Number one, hello London. Here's a random southern EMU sticking out of a tunnel, I think, with some beef eaters either side. Watford, like, what have you come here for? Mate said driving a truck was easier than presenting Top Gear because in a truck you can smoke a joint. Oh, it's a 456. Yes, you're right. You're right. Right. Onwards. Oh, that Pendolino's left already. He didn't want that smoke. Right, off we go. Hey, there's an actual London bus. It's the new master, the new route master. Well, they're not new anymore, but you know what I mean. The reboot master. Hey. Oh, right. Oh, yes, a class 456 tube train. I know, right? Do. Right, where's our next stop? Hemel Hempstead. Which I remember another I remember a Top Gear reference for most things. I just remember one year in the Top Gear Awards, they were like, what's the least fuel-efficient car? The worst fuel economy award. And it was the year a friggin' oil refinery had caught fire in Hemel Hempstead. So at least Clarkson was reading out the nominations and he went, and the V8 Audi twin turbo, blah, blah, blah. Hemel Hempstead, he just showed a picture of a burning oil refinery, and then he went, and the winner is none of those, it's my Ford GT. And Ham was like, you're really saying it has worse fuel economy than a burning oil refinery? They even tried to do like the maths for like, wait a minute, so it was going no miles an hour and it burned millions of gallons of oil. And your Ford GT was still less... Yeah. Yes, it was. The he who shall not be named master. Huh? What? When the timetable changed next month and Southern not going to Milton Keynes Central, there were a few pictures... Whoa, hello. That's a freight train right there. Hello. Hello. I'll be a bit by surprise in this dark tunnel. When the timetable changes next month and Southern not going to Milton Keynes Central, there's a few peak trains that will be terminating at Hemel Hempstead. Excellent. The more you know. Simon's our kind of onboard conductor and source of knowledge. I'm just here pressing buttons in the cab. The Ford GT truck. Alright, there we go. Lovely. The more I know, the less... Oh, I see. Yeah, right. Yeah. The pleb master. The dingus. Honk. Oh, we can go back to 90 again. And then 75 and then 100. Look at that. Train's in full flow. Is it a full-coach train? Yeah, there you go. I have seen this train come through Clapham Junction before because I was a bit confused the first time I saw it. I was like, the next train to arrive at platform 69 or whatever it was. This is Clapham Junction. There's about 1 billion platforms. The first video AJ filmed with Cyber was like the third video AJ uploaded that featured Cyber. You pretty much. You're not actually wrong there. And what station are we going through here? The station, the King's Langley, is that? I think that's King's Langley. King's Langley. There we go. All right. Onwards. Sadly, the cut back to Watford Junction, Hemel Hempstead is part of the Class 455 withdrawal as they don't have the trains to cover it. Oh, that's a shame. Oh, I don't know if you were here earlier, by the way, Simon, but Nick was going to try and, well, he gave me money to get a ticket for the Farewell Rail Tour, and it sold out. So, and as we remembered at the start of this stream, May 14th in the evening is very important because it's Eurovision night. So, which is a shame. I'd actually realised that the Isle of Wight Steam Railway are having their gala that weekend, so I was going to go down to that. What's that? There's some blue skies in the distance? My goodness. My goodness. Since I'm there now, I'm going to talk this. I have a job interview today for a digital sales assistant. Hey! Go get you some. I hope that's I hope that works out. I hope the interview goes well for you. We'll all have our fingers and toes crossed for you. I want to be on a proper episode of Another Station on the Mile. Well, get back over here. Maybe if I go back to England, yes. Or drag AJ to the States. I mean, if you got the money for it, nil point for Eurovision. Oh, yes. Uh-oh. Hemel Hempstead is inbound. Mile and a half. We're fine. We can slow down. What station is this? Is that Ashby? I think so. Anyway, yeah, I should probably start slowing down now. We're on quite a steep uphill gradient. Because when we're coasting, we seem to be bleeding off speed quite quickly. Oh, look, it's another 350. After me. Beep, 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 beep. Checks mileage balance. Maybe. Maybe. Now, you know what? You want to manifest it. What's that thing? Say it aloud and it will happen. To manifest it, you know? Still doing 50 miles an hour on immediate approach to the station. Yep, that's a sensible strategy there. There's a reason for those bleeps with Lance Vance smoking in the toilet. Oh, for fuck's sake, Lance. It's him again. I even got this guy. I've never applied for a job like this before, and I just randomly did it on a whim. Well, you know what? Sometimes the best decisions in life are the ones you just go, you just do it on the fly. Just go for it, you know? Right, so we are now arriving at Hemel Hempstead. Hemel Hempstead? With its oil refinery that I assume is no longer on fire. I mean, that episode of Top Gear was like 15 years, nearly 20 years ago now. It was at this moment he realised he's old. Anyway, I think the station used to be called Boxmoor. Oh, did it? Which one? As in this one or Ashby? Oh, we're running a little bit behind, but the 2-minute gap has opened up again. We need to eradicate this. It's like at Le Mans. There's another Pendolino. You know. I must say, I do like the Avanti livery. Do you make TikTok videos? Just asking. Noob. He's in the position, he's in the mentality that I got minus 66 points for that. Didn't I get plus 59 for basically this? Never mind, whatever. Right, we've got to get to Berkhamsted. Okay, we are now like 3 minutes down, so we need to get moving. Hemel Hempstead used to be Boxmoor. Okay. I did not know that. And that looks like the remains of an old bay platform. Well, maybe a head shunt or something? Maybe? Little points that went in there. Maybe. Anyway, we got to hustle. This is like Le Mans. The leader has opened up a 3-minute gap. Oh, no, the Pendolino is coming towards us. And hello. I had my time on social media. Time to bring out the Toyota train. Am I right in thinking, by the way, somebody mentioned this in a group chat that I'm in, that very soon Gran Turismo 7 is going to have the Toyota GR010 hypercar in it? Because if so, that is another, like, they are... I'm saying it right now, I think Polyphony have heard me. Polyphony heard me. They obviously, my divorce letter, well, my divorce lawyers were obviously got in touch with them and informed them of my conditions of my divorce from my lifelong marriage to Gran Turismo and being a Sony fanboy. So obviously someone got the memo. Maybe flicking Kaz Yamauchi, someone showed me the clip of my stream. Sir, you know how everyone is... We're facing a massive backlash over the fact that our game is basically a microtransactions farm right now that doesn't even work 80% of the time. Yeah, that is a bit inconvenient, isn't it? We'll fix it. No. This is really serious. You got to watch this. Shows my clip of me just being like, right, I'm done. I hate everything. Yeets PS4 out the window. Thanks. You've just killed my favourite game series of all time. I can't believe you've done this. I'm heartbroken. I'm off to cry in the next room. Kaz obviously saw that and went, this is unacceptable. We need to fix this. So there came that update recently where it was like, every single event now pays £5 million. I'm like, well, okay, if you're going to make the cars stupidly expensive, although they've reduced the price of some of the cars, it feels like they've almost gone too far the other way, but I don't care. You know, maybe they've gone a bit more in the Forza direction of just like, here's £1 million because you completed a basic quest. But, hey, you know what? If it takes it away from being a microtransaction, grindy slog, fuck it, who cares? That's still an improvement. And they're adding proper endurance race. I mean, there's 1 hour races now, but they're doing some of the things they've promised they will do. So that's good. Because obviously people, when they did that big announcement, they were like, we're really sorry we fucked up. Please don't hate us. Please don't all refund the game. They were like, yeah, we're going to fix everything. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And I'm like, okay. Do it then. Just do it. You know, you can grovel on your knees and apologize at me if you want, but you better actually get to work. You better actually get to work down there. Then I might believe you, you know? Anyway. Seems to be what's happened. There used to be a Hamal. There used to be a Hemel Hempstead station between Boxmoor and Harpenden known as the Nicky Line. Oh, there you go. At least they're doing something about it, unlike motorsport games. Well, honestly, I think motorsport games are just trying to survive at this point. Drive to Survive Season 5 isn't actually about Formula 1. It's about Motorsport Games, the company. The story about how a motorsport media monolith that had already bought out every single reputable motorsport organization in the world then decided to buy out every single racing game developer in the world and buy up the license for every single motorsport in the world to make esports games for every motorsport in the world, and it would be amazing. And then they released their first game, and it all came tumbling down. It all came crashing down, and it really hurt inside their bank accounts. Also, most of Motorsport Games is based in Russia, so, yeah. I mean, to be fair, that's something they probably couldn't help. You know, Vladimir Putin waking up one day and being like, I know, I haven't been a massive dickhead in 6 months. Fuck it, let's invade Ukraine and murder children and families. How have I lost minus 416? Jesus! Game, do you want to calm down? That's something I've noticed in this, in like career mode scenarios. It's like, you did it absolutely perfectly. Here is 5 points. You were late by 30 seconds. Minus 69,000 points. Oh, look at that. Your final score was minus 420,000. You got an F. Go away. You're terrible at this. Gee, it's harsh. So I've been back at secondary school. Not quite as harsh as my dickhead maths teacher, who... I mean, I was never good at maths anyway, but having a maths teacher that was such a dickhead that he was like, you know what? Shall I, you know, sit the dumb kids at the back and the smart kids at the front, and maybe they'll... Oh, it's the train going the other way. It's us, but going the other way. I'm you, but reversed. We're now coming up to stop at Tring. But yeah, instead of doing that, we are now 2 months into Putin's special operation to take Kiev in 2 days. And yeah. Yeah, so like, rather than doing that and maybe the dumb kid's actually learning something, he decided to do it the other way around. Sit the kids who are worst at maths at the front and pick on them relentlessly. Especially me. Mister, I am absolutely hopeless at maths. I'm terrible at algebra. I'm also autistic as fuck and don't like being put on the spot and made to squirm for minutes at a time in a silent classroom because you think it's funny to skewer a stupid kid who doesn't know the answer to your question rather than ask someone who does know the answer and maybe I might learn something. You fucking dickhead. Sorry, that was me working out some secondary school childhood trauma there, of which there's actually a lot. I would say it didn't go as expected. What's 1 + 1 equals dickhead maths teacher? See, there's some maths I can understand. And y'all wonder why I'm shit at maths. So at least the game isn't that level of harsh. But it ain't far away, you know? The thing is now, we're still 3 minutes behind, so we're now going to lose about 1 billion points every single stop now. Do not get me started on childhood trauma. It's Pendolino. Hey. That's not childhood trauma. That's definitely not. Oh my god. We're barely half a mile out from Tring Station and we were still doing 90 miles an hour. Well, the brakes on this thing have been pretty good so far. I need them to come through for me again here. Because there's the station. Okay. We should be okay. So I ended up doing very well at math until I ran face first into multivariable calculus freshman year. Sorry, I think my brain just fell out of my ears just trying to read that. That's how. When I got an 18 out of 100 on an exam and did not have the worst score. And now I do not remember any calculus whatsoever. There you go. Please see my Twitter for more info. There we go. Fine. I don't know what we were worrying about. And yes, welcome to Tring. Welcome to the station and the town named after the sound that old telephones make. Tring, 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 tring. Tring, ring, tring, ring. There we go. Yes, we're going to get penalised another 5 million points for the temerity of being 3 minutes late. Game, do you understand we're on the British Railways network? This is basically on time. I'm basically early. This isn't Japan. Oh, by the way, another beep, another beep mobile's just gone past. Beep, 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 beep. Yes, I went to Cornell. You may have heard of it. We're kind of a big deal. Am I quoting Andy from The Office? Maybe. I mean, you might be. I've never watched The Office, so. 500 and some. I'm now minus 732. I would actually score higher if I just stopped and got off the train right now and quit. I think I'd actually score better if I literally crashed. If it was Japan, the conductor wouldn't be in the back of the cab. Alright, we've got 8.44 miles, 100 mile an hour speed limit. Leighton Buzzard is the next stop, and we're just going pedal to the metal. You know what? Bollocks to it. We're going for it. Maybe it's just a penalty based on where we're going. Just looks, every single stop, it's like, you are ultimately driving a train to Milton Keynes, though, so you lose minus 500 points for going there. I mean, why are you going there? Because the game told me to. Yeah, but you could have said no. Really? Okay. Philosophical questions being posed here. Anyway, come on. I need NOS. Vin Diesel, have you got any NOS? No, but my family are on the train. Yes, that's just as good. For our train that still says Eastbourne on it. Spoiler alert, we're really not going to Eastbourne. Buzzard, Bletchley. Aha, right, okay. Terminator Bletchley and start GTA Milton Keynes. Oh my goodness me. This train is full of Wimbledon supporters going up to cheer their team against the all the Wimbledon Ultras. All the Wimbledon Ultras are in there for an away day at the Plastic Stadium. Never forget, by the way, the team that already was in Milton Keynes before that move, Milton Keynes City FC. They were a non-league team, but they really wanted to invest in a football club to fill that nice, shiny stadium in Milton Keynes that badly. They could have just taken over that one and pushed them up the leagues. Probably would have done a lot better and not created so much of a shit show that they're still being resented for now than what they did. Basically do a Salford City. Or flipping Forest Green, or, you know, one of these other non-league teams who are like I know how to get make success. Money. Have money. There you go. That's how you win things, isn't it? How are we losing time on our ETA, by the way? We're supposed to be at Leighton Buzzard at 10:43:15. It's actually gone up to 10:46:16. How? I don't know. Money! Money, 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 money! Money! Or do an IB Leipzig. What's that? Be energy drink merchants. What is it with Red Bull and everything they touch being horrendous? Looks at Red Bull Racing in F1. Looks at RB Leipzig. It's not even about the drink anymore. It's just them. It's just world domination for them. Also, sorry for my previous rant comment. Oh, I didn't see that one. My mother's sister, lesbian daughter, has raised her ugly head up again and is causing problems in the family, so I'm having to deal with that too. Sorry for the rant. You're okay. You're good. I would just say, just be careful saying, like, mother's sister's lesbian daughter, as if to imply that that's somehow a reason why they're being a shit person. I'm sure you probably didn't mean it that way. Super Mike is out here. What? Game? What are you... Plus? Okay, I don't know what just happened there. But, okay, right, I thought the game crashed then. It, for some reason, like, alt-tabbed. I had an awful night of anxiety. Oh, Mike. Everyone send gentle hugs to Mike, if you'd like them, of course. I panicked for you there. Thank you, I appreciate it. I was like, oh, look, we might finally finish the scenario without crashing or ignoring a red signal or falling out of my train or something or being beeped into submission. And then the game was like, I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man. I saw it was going to Milton Keynes. There's no lies detected. Right, 97. Can we do 100 miles an hour before we have to stop for the... What train? Oh, it's a freight train going by. You know. We might be driving that at some point in this stream. I think I learned of a trigger, though, because the same thing has, I think, caused it twice. Oh, okay. Right. I'm going to call that off at 98.3. Yep. Don't eat ice cream near bedtime. Oh, a bit of ice cream headache. Yeah. Yeah, that probably isn't helpful. Oh, we're making up time here. We're making up time. Come on, come on. Oh, God, there's the oh, God, there's the station. Oh, God. Oh, God. We're having to take risks here to somehow make up time and not be penalised 1 billion points every time we show up at a station because we had the temerity of doing so 3 minutes behind schedule. God, can you imagine if we'd actually made it to a station in that last run? Brakes, man, brakes. Oh, we've done that one perfectly. Almost. Oh, look at this. Oh, that was spot on. Yeah, there you go. Have some of that, Leighton Buzzard. Leighton the Burb. Leighton Burbs. I don't like her for being lesbian at all. She was already not a nice person before. Okay, yeah, no, I figured that's what you meant. I'm done. I'm done. I am done. Oh, God. I was about to say, oh, that's a Pendolino going by, and then I realised what it was. Spirit Quill tomorrow. What is Spirit Quill? What is the thing? Has someone dunked a quill in some spirits? I don't know. It's just a bottle of vodka with a quill stuck in it. Oh, sprint quad. Right, okay, I got you. Didn't know you could have your points in the minus. Well, you know, I've taught you something today. Don't say you don't learn things from my streams. Oh, yeah, F1 sprint quad. Oh, my God, yeah. So, yeah, tomorrow is qualifying for the sprint qualifying race. There's not a race, but it is a race because there's points for it. And so I can feel the headache coming along rather nicely, so I'm just going to stop there. .4 miles, and I've just literally put pedal to the metal. Was on Train Simulator 2022 on Sunday, driving a Norfolk Southern coal train. Ooh, nice. There's another one. Yeah. For context, by the way, if you don't know, we've just seen two of George Russell. Please do not crash into the... Yeah, he's not had a fun time at Imola so far. Please let this be the one. Please let this be the one. Third time lucky, George. You can do this. Yeah, just for context, we've now seen two of potentially my least favourite train of all time. The Class 221 Voyager. It's, you know, I said about prison trains earlier. I'm fairly certain they were originally designed to be prison trains. And then somebody went, fuck it. Paying customers don't have to be comfortable on their trains, do they? We'll just use those as actual passenger trains. They are a blight, a scourge on the railway landscape, and I hate them. If it's a choice between that or the bus, I'm walking. It's quite simple, really. A bit like my absolute hatred for Pacers, which were these old like unit, which were basically like, you know what? You know what's cheap and shit to run? You know how a knackered old bus is quite easy to run? 220, 221, or any variation of a Pacer. Oh my God, don't make me. That's like choosing what flavour turd I want shoved down my throat. I don't want that. I don't want any of them. Probably the Pacer. The only positive thing people can say about the Pacer is that it was introduced in the 1980s. It's just a bus with train wheels and absolutely no suspension. Pacers are awesome. Class 139 Oi! Okay, number one, you're wrong. Number two, leave the little Class 139 alone. It's just trying to be a grown-up train. It's a baby train. It's a tiny. It's like the Pinocchio of train. I'm a real train now. I mean, you're not. You're a little shopping trolley pretending to be a train. But bless you, you're trying. It's going to rain this weekend. Oh my God. Oh no. Does that mean Valtteri Bottas will finish like 12 laps down? Because let's not forget, he was legitimately slower than a Williams in the rain in a Mercedes last year. He was just very lucky that as George Russell finally went to send round the outside of him, he hit a wet patch and they decided to obliterate themselves. And then George went over and smacked him on the head. And Valtteri was like, oh, I'm a square up, fam. The 139 makes the Pacer seem... I will not stand for this. Look, listen. Pick on a train your own size. The Class 139, it's only a baby train. It's doing its best. And it literally only runs on one line, which is about 0.3 miles long. Just ask TikTok on what a Class 139 is. They dubbed it the Johnny Cab. That's quite a funny nickname, though. I do like that. But listen, right? Was the 139 rolled out across half the country during the 1980s? Well, no, it wasn't invented back then. But basically, the only good thing people can say about the Pacer is where it was cheap to run, and a lot of branch lines may have had to close if they didn't come along. Number one, what you're basically saying there is it was the 1980s. Thatcher was looking for any excuse to make more cuts to the railways, and then the Tories eventually sold the whole thing off anyway, in one of the biggest crimes in country history. And secondly, you're basically saying you'd rather have a really, really shit service than none at all. Do you not want a good? Do you not want a good service? Like a good? I need my dental fillings replaced after riding. Look, like I say, I am sticking up for the 139. It's a baby. It's trying to be a train. It's a baby train. And like I say, they didn't try and force it across half the network and be like, well, it's either this or we're closing it because we're Tories and we just have an addiction to selling things off. It's like our crack cocaine, except we are just snorting crack cocaine in the toilets. Have you been on a Class 139? No. And yes, I'm well aware my mind could change on it. Right there. Are you good? Hey, but it's being renationalised as Great British Rail. AJ, what's your opinion on the Great British Railways? No, I asked for your opinion, not to cough up a mothball. No, that is my opinion. By the way, we've just been fined another nearly 600 points. Our score for this run is now minus 1,668. We've not even been that bad. I've not run a single red signal. I've barely sped through the whole thing. The only crime I've committed is being 2.5 minutes late. There's a reason all that was in quotes, yeah. That Grant Shapps commercial, I've not seen that and I don't want to. My television really does not want me to see that advert because it's getting suplexed out the window. I will suplex my telly out the window if I see it. Aha! A real train. A Pendolino. That's a good one. Yeah, actually, do you mind if we not talk about that whole thing anymore? I know I brought them up, but can we not talk about Tories anymore? I'm going to yeet them out of the conversation as quickly as they entered. I dragged them in to give them a kicking, and then now I'm shoving them back out the door again. Also, I would like to give you all good news. We're nearly at the end of this run. We're nearly at the end. We're going to score like... We're going to score like... We're going to score... I assume you hadn't heard my last message, by the way, JBS. Oh, God, what was I even saying? Yay! We're going to have ended up scoring, like, worse than if we... Oh, it's another train race. Look at this. We're being chased by a beepy boy. The bad news, Milton Keynes. Oh, no. And we are belting this, though. Full speed. No! No! No, we're being overtaken. No! Come on! Come on! Come on! It's a drag race to Milton Keynes. Oh, they're on the... Oh, they're not stopping at Milton Keynes, I don't think. Ah. No! Oh, there we... Oh, Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ. We should really be slowing down now. We should really be slowing down now. The boy, he doing a heckin' beep. Oh, my God. Oh, my goodness me. Oh, no. That's the 40-mile-an-hour marker, and we're still doing 65. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God. Oh, God, we're speeding quite a lot. Oh, no, we're not going to stop it. Guys, jump off. Jump off. We're about to crash. We're about to crash. Well, guys, we've arrived in Milton Keynes. We scored 0. We scored 0. I crashed. I crashed. Points. God. Oh, that's so funny. Look, listen, I just had enough. I was trying to make up time. So I went for the late break strat, and it was at this MK moment. Yeah, I'm just imagining us, like, crashing, like, what's the word? Like, leaping over the buffer stop, like... a pile of, like, wreckage and carnage. Like, the train just sort of, like, on its side across the platforms, like... I just get out, like... Everyone's getting off, like... What the fuck? There's all, like, cuts and bruises. Just getting off, like... And I'm like... Welcome to Milton Keynes. Someone quite... You can't park... mate, wait, you can't park it there. What? That's a double yellow line there. You can't park it there. You've caused confusion and delay. Just to go pee. What is it like, USADA? The police just came down and breathalyzed me. Mind you, if AJ crashed the train at Milton Keynes, would it improve? That's what I was doing. I was like, oh, do you know what? I've had enough. Yes, smash. Just obliterate half of Milton Keynes. There you go. Build something that isn't bloody roundabouts. Can someone tell me how health and safety have not shut down the Fat Controllers Railway? I don't know. He's got the insider trading, you know. Oh my God, that was funny. That was so funny. You can score a minus 420.69. Right. So, what we're going to do now is hopefully not yeet a train into the atmosphere. Hopefully not obliterate half of Milton Keynes. Roundabouts and Red Bull. Yeah, actually the front coach of our train just landed in the Red Bull testing facility. Max Verstappen's there, just like, well, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm just like, yeah. Christian Horner's like, wow, Mercedes are really going to great lengths to sabotage us this year. I'm like, no, I just don't like Milton Keynes. Fat Controller bribes health and safety. Yet, you know, there's no lies detected. Oh my God. Okay. Right. So you're taking an empty. Right. Okay. Let's try this again. Let us conquer our demons. And this time, we're going to remember the advice that we have been given by those of wisdom. AJ rushed to the station. Thomas narrator. Then there was trouble. You think Milton Keynes is bad with roundabouts? Try Swindon. I heard you like roundabouts, so here's some roundabout. Yeah, but, you know, at least Swindon is an actual city with culture. You know, I mean, it's the home of the Great Western Railway. It has that going for it. But anyway, yes, please, whatever you do, make sure you're on time leaving. Make sure the DVD player is working. Yeah, innit? Right. Right, so, Control and D. That might have done something? I don't know. Anyway. Excuse me. Right, where's the boss has sabotaged the brakes? I knew it. Right, on reverser in the... Whoops. Shush. Fucking bottles. Right. And then, yep, headlights. Yep, lovely. Things are going... Okay, I've just pressed that button again. But, so, if it activates, if we hear the beeping, then we should press E. But hopefully, I've just disabled it altogether. So, you know. So, meantime, while this platform over here is still sharp, it's like the wreckage of that 377 unit's just piled up there. It's just, when you control D, my screen crashed. Oh, God. Yeah, the kind of flaming wreckage of my train sort of littered over there. Like, Well, this station's out of use. This platform's out of use. Meantime, I've just stolen someone's high-vis jacket. I've stolen someone's high-vis jacket and snuck onto another train. I'm like, nobody saw a thing. Hydrate, yes. I think that's, you know. Right. Posture check and stretch. Excellent, yes. Yes! It worked! It was beeping, and then I pressed E and it stopped beeping at me. Yes! Yes! Right. 9:55:04. Let's do it to it. Let's go. Oh, no, hang on. We got to do that. Yes. Yes. We're moving. Hang on a minute. So I've just pressed Control D. But at the very least... Oh, what was I doing? Oh, yeah. Whoa. Whoa. There we go. There you go. And another hydrate, kindly. Excellent. Right, away we go. This time we will not be denied by beeping. The beeping can't stop us. $85 miles an hour, you say? But we are coming up on Bletchley. Time to get there, 10:01, okay. That ETA is creeping up a bit. But again, I'm very wary of this temporary speed restriction thingy. Hang on. Yep. Message received and understood. Finally, you chucked Lance Vance off at Milton Keynes. That was the problem, you know. Oh, I see. We can. Yeah, okay, right. In which case, bang it, top bins. These are quite chonky units, aren't they? They're like sort of a big sort of cube. A big sort of cube. I see IndyCars on rain delay, is it? Again. Oh, is it? Was there IndyCar this weekend as well? Blimey. Oh, can we just enjoy, by the way, the complete absence of beeping? It's like manna from heaven, honestly. Honestly. Except for that beeping. I will tolerate that. I will tolerate that. Right. Right, now we need to slow down to 25. You know what grinds my gears? Putting Class 350-2s on a crew to London Euston. Oh, no. Nobody should want that. Oh, no, don't put... Oh, God. Oh, let's just put... Oh. I'll put the emergency brake on. That it's now going to do a full reset thing, isn't it? Yep. Right, can we just go now? I'm minus 152 or 36 maybe. No, I'm minus 36 apparently. I don't quite understand what's happening there. Or did I started on like positive? All right, we're back in the minuses again, but you know, I think we can still overcome this. You know, so long as I remember to stop when we get to Euston, I'm confident, you know. Oh, steady. There you go. Right. 24. They're doing the open rookie. Oh, I see. Right, yes. Yes. I gotcha. Wow, we're being predicted to get into Bletchley 10 seconds behind schedule. In before penalised 5 million points. Oh, steady. Yeah. All right, calm down, Jesus. I lost -6 points for doing 31 in a 30 for like a femtosecond. Maybe it is my old maths teacher running these scenarios. It was probably the old maths teacher that triggered the beeping. Because he likes seeing me suffer. Bing. The little flashing lights down here. Oh, I see. Huh. Okay. This is a first. I'm sure this has been modelled elsewhere. But you know about that engineering work that we're having to slow down for? Well, yeah, here it is. Well, yeah, here it is. There's like diggers and shit and everything. Look at this. Oh, why is it now 10 miles an hour? The game didn't... Oh, my God. What, was I just supposed to guess that it was 10 miles an hour all of a sudden? -300... It's all gone down the toilet already. It's all gone completely down the toilet. Never mind, we're going to get to Bletchley on time. Helio and Will had odd crashes yesterday. Well, Will did not crash, but he's a lucky boy to not cause one. Oh, okay. Oh, is it the whole field are there? So it's the open test and it's also rookie orientation? Anyway, morning, people of Bletchley. I bring you a train. Enjoy it, be with it, ride on it. It will take you to the promised land of London. Okay, I know that's a contradiction. Never mind. Shut up. There you go. There you go. Lovely. Right, what we're going to do is we're open the doors there. We got in at 10:01:22. We should have been here at 10:01 on the dot. 22 seconds. I mean, come on. Yeah, the game on the one hand is all like, oh, well, you're speeding, that's a penalty. And then also, you're late by 3 minutes, that's a massive penalty. It's like, what do you want? What do you want from me, officer? Hot take, London sucks and I have no value in going there. You know, I live on the edge of it and have done for a long, long time. And some bits are nice. At least it's not called Shanklin. What's Shanklin on the Isle of Wight done? It's just there. It's like, what have we done? All right, here we go. Right. Oh, let's just belt it into max throttle. Let's go. 10:08 for Leighton Buzzard. ETA 10:08:28 seconds. Did the dude just shank someone and came up with the idea to go? Yeah, someone called Lynn got shot. Oh, God, no. It's happened again. There we go. We're good. I mean, it's all to hate anything London. Yes, I've noticed that. Not that I disagree with all of it, because I don't. Aha, now we can do 75. Let's go. Now we're not being held back. The cube boy. Look at it. It's just like a big sort of brick. It's like a big sort of square prism. What would you call it? Square prism? It's a trapezoid. It's not a trapezoid. Ours isn't a pyramid scheme. It's a trapezoid. Truth be told, we did watch your Isle of Wight videos on stream. Oh my God! Oh, no way! What? If you did, and he did. That's called me out. You did like a let's watch on your stream of my videos. Oh, I'm honoured. Thank you. I hope you enjoyed them. I'm assuming you did. Paula, you've broken me with kindness. My dark sort of unfeeling heart in there somewhere. It's just like, oh no, I've just felt something. Error. The error messages. Square Hammer. Yeah, I noticed that. Notice your Oakhampton video. Oh, that is blowing up. Compared to where videos have been doing recently, like, it's got almost twice as many views after X amount of days being up as any other video on the channel recently. That's wild. We need some kind of Thomas stream one day. You know, I'll see about that. We'll see. Right. Come on. The Square Hammer. Come on, the Square Hammer. We're now 30 seconds behind schedule. Mine been up for 4 months and is on around 900 views. Still good. Excellent. Yeah, it is. I'm always the one to say that you don't play the... Oh, we're going to hit 100 miles an hour. Come on. Come on. 99.7. Come on. 99.8. Come on. Come on. Come on. Come on. Oh, we're coming up on a 90 mile an hour speed thing. Come on. I just want to do 100 miles an hour. Charles the Weeb is here. Choo-choo. Come on. Use the choo-choo power. The Square Hammer. The Flying Cube. I believe in you. It's just stuck at 99.8. Oh, no, it's 95.8. That's capital FM, isn't it? Right, yeah, we should probably slow down a bit. Did a little bit. Choo-choo! My chat's just now filling up with choo-choos. I'm here for it. Here for it, honestly. This actually looks really fun. It's trains! She can't take much more, Captain. The Flying Cube. Welcome in, Charles. How you doing? You still in France? You still twatting around in France? Oh no. Right, well, Leighton Buzzard, our next stop, is 1.36 miles away, and I'm not taking the same risk as I did last time, where, you know, I kind of vaulted over the buffer stop and wiped out half a station. 8:30 p.m. weekdays and Saturdays. It's Sundays. The damn postal special leaves Euston for Glasgow, Edinburgh, and Aberdeen. The postal special is a fast express, but it carries no passengers. 500,000 letters are sorted, picked up or dropped during the night. This is the night mail crossing the border. Bring in the check and the postal order. Letters for the rich, letters for the poor. Shop for the gold and the girl next door. I don't know that off by heart because I love that public service broadcasting song that samples that poem. I don't know what you're talking about. Oh, hello. Is that a 350 or is that... Ah, it's another 350. I wondered if that was the southern train that we were just driving. I mean, crashing. Cheese on time. Choo-choo. You know, the brilliant thing is, okay, it's being on my head to bed really early tonight to relax because I've got a job interview tomorrow and it's a 1 hour commute, so I'm so happy to have been here. Oh, Aura. Oh, that's really sweet. I also love the fact that 2 autistic streamers that I've discovered recently, and I really love, and it's lovely to know fellow autistic streamers around here, are in my chat right now at the same time watching. That's really lovely. So thank you for stopping by, Aura, and let me know how the job interview goes tomorrow. I really hope it goes well for you. We'll all have our fingers crossed here for you. Oh, look at that. Charles and Aura. 2 fantastic autistic streamers. Been in Charleston. There you go. Yes. We love to see it. This is brilliant. We love to see it. Autistic gang taking over Twitter, taking over Twitch. We doing it. Yeah, sleep well, Aura. I hope your job interview goes as perfectly as possible tomorrow. Meantime, we have arrived at Leighton Buzzard. Approximately 30 seconds down. Oh, no. How many points are we going to... We're on minus 284, so we've got off to a great start here. No one wants to take over the dumpster. Everyone just wants to push it in the sea. I remember standing on the platform at Loughborough Midland and Simon giving me a dirty look, showing AJ something on his phone, and then AJ cursing me out. Except Elon Mucus. I have known Charles the Weeb for a while now. We met through an awesome streamer called Ace Trainer. Yeah, Hitch, do you know what? I think Charles raided or mentioned an Ace Trainer Liam on her stream. And, like, I swear I recognize the name. The Pokemon streamer, right? Ah, brilliant. Small world. Love it. Because of a certain thing called... Oh, I remember now. Yeah, that was the moment where you were like, yeah, I'm going on a Steam Rail tour tomorrow. I'm already jealous. Oh, yeah, by the way, they've added another loco on. It's a double header now. And the other loco's Tangmere. It's a Bully Pacific. You know, one of your favorite locos of all time. And I'm like... Yes, there you go. You've raided Ace Trainer. Yeah. Oh, it's brilliant. All of my favorite streamer people and everything is just all sort of merging. It's lovely. It's great. Right, anyway, we are next going to be stopping at the excellently named Cheddington, which is definitely in the category of computer off. There we go. So I was just trying to turn my desk light on. Cheddington is definitely in the category of place names that foreigners think aren't real. Like, there's one on the western end of the Metropolitan line in London, which is a classic case of that. You're like, that's a real place. That wasn't made up for like an episode of The Archers or something. Yes, indeed. You know, the best bit, we're all saying choo-choo. Obviously, choo-choo, you know. Chedding was good, but they fenced the fast lines off now, have they? Silly named places around Britain. Oh, go on. I've got to hear some of the ones from this. Shush. Super Mike's telling us funny place names. Yeah, we're doing choo-choo and that, you know. Choo-choo for... Oh, God, it's happened again. Oh, no. Oh, I know what it was. The mouse went off onto my other monitor and clicked on OBS. There we go. We're good. We're good. We're fine. I have an idea. Let's go Stoke-on-Trent. I have a friend who's originally from around there. Why would we want to go there now? But yeah, we're saying choo-choo because, you know, choo-choo steam trains, that's where it originally comes from. I have got some really lovely steam locos on in my train simulator collection now. And I want to finally work out how to bloody drive them. Because it's a dark art. You just sort of put some coal in a fire, do some water, flip some like levers and stuff, and then lots of things go choo-choo, chuff-chuff, and then it moves. Crackpot, cockermouth, giggleswick. Oh my God, well, we're starting off hot here. This is good, this is good. Plump. That's got to be Welsh because there's no vowels in that. Acock screen. Oh, Shitterton. Brown Willie. Penistone. I know it's Peniston, but even so. Oh, God. Oh, God. Donkey Town. Twat in the Orkney Islands. Oh, if you want to properly break me on the stream, this is the way to go. Oh, no way. Oh, my God. I'm not even kidding. No, I believe you. Oh, there's a freight train coming through. Yeah, look at that. Rumbly boy. Nether wallop. Oh, I've just remembered two of my absolute favourite place names around. It was when I was at... it was when I was at the Didcot Railway Centre. I found a sign. It was like a road sign. And I was like, please tell me these places are real. And yes, they are. They're real villages. Nempnit Thrubwell and Ubley. Nempnit Thrubwell. It sounds like a medical condition. It sounds like a medical condition. Doctor, please, I really need to see you about something. Oh, what is it? I've got a really... The doctor's like, let me investigate. With the butt glove. Yes, sir. I've seen what's happening. You've got a very bad case of Nempnit Thrubwell in your... Right, anyway, here we go. Oh, I know what's happening. Because I briefly, for half a femtosecond, put it in emergency brake. Hang on. Will it go now? There we go. Right, speed. My favourite one, Barton in the Beans. Barton in the Beans. There's a place in Australia called Fucking, yeah. The locals know it as Fudding now. Fudding, hell. You absolute mother fudder. Right, anyway, none of this bothers the square hammer. The flying brick. Do you remember Brio? Those like wooden toy trains? This is what if someone designed an actual unit by basically taking a block of wood. Just an actual like cube of wood. And then chiseling train thing, just drawing a train on it. Bloatus Fleming. Bloatus Fleming. Fuck's sake. Middle fart. Oh no. Oh, what have I begun here? Oh dear. That's another 350 on the other side, I think. Honk. Excellent. That's a... Oh, hello. No, it's a Voyager. No. How could we be overtaken by the worst train humanity's ever seen? No. No. How is this possible? It's not possible. Ah, there's the one, the famous one from Wales. The Langford... Gog gog. There's another... Cannot wait for G to say that name. Oh, God. Turns AJ off and on again. At least they fixed some things when they made the 222. Well, they made it, so they kind of fixed it. The only way to fix the 221 is to not make the same mistake again. What did they fix, anyway? Come on. Come on. Please. Look at it with his stupid face and its stupid plastic wooden seats. Anyway, we're stopping at Tring very shortly. The station, which, as I said, is actually named after the sound that an old rotary telephone makes. It's too much. Yeah, there really is. Oh, dear. Oh, 90 miles an hour, and we should probably start slowing down now. Oh, good news. IndyCar cars are out on the track. Excellent. The 222 is wider. Okay. They made it slightly thicker. The thickness. Shush. Don't beep at me. I'm commentating. It's a safety warning. I don't care. All right, then fine. I'll just let you vault the buffers at Milton Keynes Central again. Look, listen. Right. There's no need to get sassy about it. Besides, it was Milton Keynes. I probably improved the place. Yeah, actually, fair enough. Now, we're on minus 132. Can XE just order Hitachis like everyone else? Pretty much. The only trains that are going to operate on the British Railways very soon are going to be Electrostars and Hitachis. Anyway, we're into tring, tring, ring, tring, ring. Do you know what? I really think I have to get more aggressive on the... Okay. Really think I have to get more aggressive on the brakes. And no, this isn't a sim racing stream. Someone told me XC are going to do Leeds to Glasgow via Carlisle with HSTs. Oh, I'm on that. I am all over that like a bag of chips. Also, would anyone mind, now that we've conquered our demons with the Class 350, if I curtailed this run, I got plus 89 points, look at that, and jumped over to the Pendolino? Me, I think. Right. If that's what I'm going to do. Trail braking, rail braking. Yeah, there you go. Right, so, yeah, we're going to bail out of that one because I want to do the Pendolino one. And then, if there's time, at least try out the freight scenario that's on here. I was also going to try and fit in a steam run, but again, I think I'll save that for a proper stream where I just... Oh, that's an hour and a half on its own, and that's 85 minutes. Ooh, okay. It's a fast trip, but the fastest train that runs in this route. The schedule is tight and the line is busy. Fnar. How about the Voyager? How about new? A chuffing good chucha. What was it? I just had a brain fart. Oh, that was it. I was going to wonder about making a fresh cup of tea. It is coming up on 8 o'clock in the evening, which is a little bit, well, not traditionally. That's traditionally out of tea drinking hours for me, but I do need to top my water up. I know that. So if we pause there, I'm just going to pop over and rehydrate, fill my water bottle up, and you guys do the same thing. Have a stretch, have a little... Ooh, click the joints. There you go. And we'll be back momentarily. Does tea have caffeine? Yes, it does. So does Beppis. But yeah, we'll be back momentarily. Okie doke. We're back out here. Let's do it. We go. Probably close Discord. There we go. And can of bear piss has been acquired. As has a Kit Kat. Because why the hell not? Right. Are we ready? So, let's do this. Oh. Hang on. I want to read the message. Hang on, let me restart. Would you like to restart the scenario? All progress will be lost. I think I'm alright with that. Good afternoon, driver. Please release the passenger doors and set the train ready for departure. You're at 1723. You're only stopping at Watford Junction, Coventry and Birmingham International before arriving at Birmingham New Street. It's a high-speed run with a tight schedule. Any mistakes and you'll be late. All right. And here is our train. It's a Pendolino. Look at that. Big sort of bulbous thick boy. Thick nose streamline boy. Look at that. And yeah. Welcome to London Euston Station. AKA the 9th Circle of Hell. Really not a fan of Euston Station. Especially when the original station was far prettier and actually elegant and lovely. And then it was demolished and flattened and replaced with this graveyard. This depressing concrete box. This prison. This horrible, soul-sucking, joyless... It looks like a long McLaren. You actually... Oh, yeah! I can see that, actually. Yeah, I can... yeah. A McLaren. Something like that. Anyway, bear piss. I'm also getting into that horrible thing, especially when I come off stream where I'm like, man, I can murder a takeout pizza. My bank account. I don't think you have the facilities for that, big man. I'm like, I know. And by that, I'm like, I physically could not afford a pizza, but you know. Oh, excuse me. Do. Headlights are on. Bloody hell. This New York Penn, we've mostly fixed the mistake we made by tearing down the original Penn station with the new Moynihan concourse. Once a mighty meaty. Right, well, we've got the green light. So, let's go. Oh, hang on. Wait a minute. Yes. And then what we're going to do is we're going to... Oh, God, we're being beeped at. Okay, that was also... We're just being beeped at, and also... Unfortunately, the Q key is solving all of these beeps. Do you know what? Let's give it some power. The Beepolino. Alright, well, we are leaving Euston. And I'm quite happy about that, to be honest. Another Pendolino is arriving into Euston, and that's very unfortunate for them. Okay. I also don't quite like... This is as zoomed out as the camera is. It feels way too close in. There you go. You can kind of get a sense. It's just a lot of Pendolinos, really. It's usually good to set the reverser before trying to move. Yeah, I know. Smarty pants. I was just testing you. Okie doke. Right. Come on, I'm just waiting for the speedo to go up to 25. Dead on 15. Trundling slowly. Some trundling is occurring. Yes, we can speed up. Right, go. Go. I'm going to be on it on this run. We ain't losing no time. I'm going to show up to Birmingham New Street early. And hopefully this time not crash. Hang on. Hang on. Use the arrow keys or was sad. Oh, there we go. It's the arrow. Oh, yes, brilliant. There you go. JBS has solved the problem for us. Thank you. Oh, that's much better. You've revolutionized my train simulator experience right there. Yep. I also like the fact that the same incessant beeping that annoyed us to tears in the Class 350, excuse me, appeared again just now in this train, and pressing the Q key stopped it. I don't know. Anyway, we're actually slowing down because this is quite a steep uphill section. The climb out of Euston, Class 350/burb. Oh, there we go. Oh, that is nice. Like I say, I do like the Avanti liveries. They are rather nice. Nice colours, you know. And there's a Class 350/burp. There's a Class 350/burp. I'll be back. All right, Arnold Supernegger. All right, speed limit now 50. We're coming up on Primrose Hill down fast, which means... Yeah, there it is, right there. There's an abandoned station right there. That is the old Primrose Hill station. Shush, I'm trying to be a nerd. Shush, I'm trying to nerd out. But yeah, right in there is an abandoned station. I believe the actual station building, and I think it's actually represented in the game. He's now a coffee... he's now a... that almost sounded really bad. Yeah, I was... Late in the day, I bailed out of that one. I was like, do you know what? But yeah, that right there is an abandoned station. The old station building is now a coffee shop, I believe. And, yeah, the old platforms are still there. Very overgrown and everything, obviously. But that's the old Primrose Hill station. Trundling through the tunnels. Did visit that area. Just the area in general, or the actual abandoned station site? Oh. I just realised how loud the bloody horn is. If I had it on external camera in the tunnel and sounded the horn, I'd deafen the entire stream. To get a photo of the station from a bridge. Oh, I see. Nice. All right, so 51 miles an hour. And I believe over... Oops. Oh, it's not enjoying this. Inner city London is really not... The frame rate is not enjoying this. I believe over here are the Bakerloo line tracks? Or has the Bakerloo line not joined yet? You can get there from Chalk Farm Tube Station. I believe you can, yes. I believe also in the same area as the Camden Roundhouse, which used to be a literal roundhouse for like a loco depot. And you'd have all locos parked around the turntable, hence Roundhouse. I believe that's what they've just dug up at Birmingham Curzon Street, is it? I believe that's what they've just uncovered. Meantime, speed limit 100 miles an hour. Here we go, we're going to start cranking it up. Yeah, I want to say these lines over here are Watford DC line at the moment, but the Bakerloo... Oh, I see. Yes, that's the Watford DC overground line. There you go. Here we go. The speed is increasing. 100 miles an hour. Oh, is that the Bakerloo line? Is that the sheds for, oh my God, what's it called? Queen's Park? I wonder. Looked like it. Just past Queen's Park. Yeah, there you go. So now the Bakerloo line's coming alongside, which I think is quite interesting because in Train Sim World 2, the Bakerloo line is represented. So you're driving along these tracks, but unfortunately you don't really see any AI trains on this line. And here we have the opposite situation. Whoa. 98 miles an hour. I don't think this train's going to struggle to do 100 like the Flying Brick did. It's just built different, you know. 100, 105, and it'll soon be 120. Oh, yeah, Roy. Yeah, Roy. Oh, and the frames are not enjoying it. We're trying to do 100 miles an hour in... Shut up. We're trying to do 100 miles an hour in urban London, and it's just not having any of it. Can you please slow down? Oh my God, this... Oh my God. My goodness me, this is like... We are now in PowerPoint presentation mode. That frantic grinding and groaning you can hear is the graphics engine that dates from around the Second World War, trying to process a train doing 120 miles an hour in urban built-up London. It's just not having fun. It is not having fun in the slightest. Do I dare take a screenshot? Okay, yep, worked okay. Hello! Oh, there's a freight terminal over there. Rows upon rows of container traffic with the Freightliner Power Hall Class 66s. It's National Tea Day today. Oh, is it? Bugger, I should have made myself another cuppa then. Another station, another cuppa. Watford Junction, platform 6, still 10.25 miles, so that's fine. Another cuppa, another mile. 114. Station is next we're going through. It's not Willesden, is it? Wembley Park, maybe? Or is this Wembley Central? Might be, actually. If only Nay was still here. Sorry, I'm just in awe of the poor graphics engine trying to be like, please, why are you inflicting pain and suffering upon us? We struggle to render an empty room on a sunny day, let alone pouring rain and 125 miles an hour in urban London. How are we speeding? We were doing 125 miles an hour. Oh, fuck off. I'm being docked points for doing 125. Wembley Central, the station, they don't let you onto the platforms until 5 minutes before you train due to the fast train speed. Oh, really? Blimey. Right, so we're now currently doing 124 miles an hour, because doing 125 with this train that can do 125 and with the speed limit 125 is actually speeding. You know? We're due into Watford Junction in 4 minutes. And there's an overground train. That's Harrow and Wealdstone. Oh, Harrow and Wealdstone. Oh, now we're not speeding. Doing the speed limit. Honestly, if you thought I struggled to pull up a southern EMU from like 80 miles an hour, y'all ain't seen nothing yet. Another overground train. No. 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 4.5 miles. Ooh, abandoned platforms there. Abandoned platforms. Simon, care to tell us more? Was that the terminus of the Bakerloo line? I'll say it might have been. Meantime, I am actually focusing here because this could go horribly wrong. Like I said, I struggled to stop from 80 miles an hour and accidentally wiped out half of Milton Keynes. Right. Down to 110. Which is what the speed limit requires. No. Wonder if that was Carpenter's Park Station. Oh, really? I have not heard of this before. Nice all green signals. 2.3 miles. Tilting over. We are under 110 miles an hour, so that's fine. Shush. You don't have to keep beeping at me. I've got this. In fact, the more you beep at me, the more you're going to put me off. Stop that. And what station's that? This station. It was a station. That's all I know. Oh my god. Yeah, the brakes are going on. The brakes are going on. We are a mile out from Watford Junction and doing 100 miles an hour still. Cross your fingers, folks. Actually, how many levels of braking are there? I think there's 6. That's for that track, okay. Come on, come on. Come on. No, I think we'll be all right. Yeah, okie doke. I think we'll be all right. So there was our brake test. Station with the abandoned platform was Hatch End. Ah, okay. Good detective work there, Simon. How are we already a minute behind schedule? How has that happened? Had to look it up. Thank you for doing the looking up, though. Yeah, we're already a minute down. Can't believe we're doing this. All right. But, most importantly, you know what we are doing? Kablam! Oh, there's the Hello London poster again. Hello. Hello, London. Mighty machine, though. 390-122. We were averaging 122 miles an hour for most of that. So we're on 148 points so far. 390, 122, Penny the Pendolino. Is that an actual name, or? Wait, we got plus 196. I'll take that. Doors closed. Yes, they have. Right, okay. Here we go. Our next stop is at Coventry in 40 minutes. We better crank this baby up, shall we? Let's go. The loudest horn ever. All right. We are actually, as it stands, due to get into Coventry 30 seconds early. Excuse me. I think this run will definitely be our stream main event, by the way. We won't have... Shush. Shush. I did say at the start of the stream, I made a big deal about refusing to stream more than 4 hours maximum, so we're due to get in. We've got another hour of this, so it should take us up to 4 hours, actually, really nicely, if all goes smoothly, obviously. So yeah, it's 17:40 in game. We're due into Birmingham New Street at 18:42. So we just ticked past the 3 hour mark for the stream. So meantime, I'm like, come on, do the speed, do the log speed. You wibbly wobbly fast boy. With the trains out of New Street was 3 trains per hour, all stopped at Birmingham International Coventry. One of them stops at Rugby, one stops at Milton Keynes, and the other one stops at Watford Junction. Okay. So, is this one of those? So we're on the one that stopped at Watford Junction, right? And now we're going to stop at Coventry, Beeham International. And yeah, there you go. Yeah, there you go. Nice. Right, well, hopefully we should be at Birmingham New Street in about an hour. Hopefully. Hopefully. Current speed limit 115. It'll soon be going up to 125. We're just ticking over 90 miles an hour. Shush. Silence. Oh, that's a nice little curved shot. Oops. And then it wasn't. Until we got bowled by another Pendolino. Whoops. And 100 miles an hour. Easy as that. All right, come on, let's keep pushing on. Let's go. Now, it did say this was a medium difficulty route and the schedule was tight. So I'm wondering if there's going to be some slowdowns or yellow signals or red signals and things like that on the way. For now, none of those. As we belt through somewhere. Is that Kings Langley again? It might have been. And now we're out of the main London city. The frame rate is having slightly less of a stroke at going so fast. Slightly less of a stroke, a little bit. Oh, that's nice. We're also now in a situation that now I've figured out you can change the camera angle with the arrow keys. There's going to be a lot more photography, in-game photography going on. I demand to know what graphic settings that guy that got the wood headline capture that's on the loading screens, what he's running or what mods he's running. Like, that is amazing. Looks gorgeous. Uh-oh, you know what I was saying about the frame rate? It's still struggling to cope. It's like me trying to make a phone call. It's struggling to cope. Aha, 125. We are once again being punished for going at the speed limit. There we go. I don't know what station we just belted through, but belt through it we did. I also like the fact, you've probably noticed it a few times, when we're outside on the external cameras, you can still hear the inner like AWS beeps and stuff like that just as loudly as if you were in the cab, which I think is very useful, just because the amount of times I've been... There you go, like that. And that is Hemel Hempstead. Excuse me. Oh, we are on our way now. Settle in, gang. We're in it for the long haul now. We are nice amounts of miles away from Coventry. Hey, Speedworks is out here as well. How you doing, bud? Nice to see you in here again. How have you been recently? Welcome aboard our train, which is currently bouncing along at 120, nearly 125 miles an hour, heading for Coventry and Birmingham. Getting by. Surviving. That's a bit of a mood for a lot of us, I think. Yeah, surviving, doing all right. Actually, recently it's been very good, to be honest. Had a lovely time at my best friend's wedding. Shush. Had a lovely time at my best friend's wedding, not last weekend, the one before. So that was really nice. Things are good. Freelance work, touch wood, might be picking up again. We'll see. The main gig that I had pre-pandemic and then ended up losing during the pandemic because of cutbacks and my own mental health going down the toilet and my own ADHD, well, neurodivergence causing issues. That might be coming back. We'll see. We'll see. Just have to make sure I don't screw it up again. Now that I have a slightly better understanding of how my brain works, and it's only getting better day by day, hopefully. What station is this? Whoa. A curfew station. I mean, at this speed, you've got no idea. Oh, look at this. We're now the ones racing another train. Look at this. There's a London Midland Class 350. Yeah! We're making the pass on the outside. Look at that. Oh, this would be a great shot. Hang on. Where's the front of the train? There you go. Oh, yeah. Hopefully, we've got a really... Berkhamsted. Excellent work, Simon. I was going to say, Simon, you're from sort of Birmingham, Midlandsy area. This is your route, pretty much, isn't it? I associate Rugeley Trent Valley as your, like, home station. So, like I say, Simon's our, like, guard on the train with the like, local knowledge. The knowledge of this route. On 350 going the other way. Honk. And back up to 125 miles an hour. Silence. Hang on. I wonder. Rugeley town is more close to where I live, as it's a 10-minute walk. Rugeley Trent Valley, a 30-minute. Oh, I see. The driver vigilance device is now disabled. If you've only just arrived here, you weren't aware, the first route we ran today, we kept getting a thing where the train would start beeping at us and then stop. And we had no idea why. I asked in the actual Dovetail Games Discord, and they were told it's a driver vigilance device that is included on some trains. There's, for some reason, like on this train, most like driver alarm or like awareness things, like the sort of beeps and stuff that you hear, to be like, make sure you're paying attention. You press the Q key to acknowledge them. For some reason, on the train we were driving earlier, this particular driver vigilance device, you have to press E to acknowledge it. Now on this one, you can press Q and acknowledge it, but either way, the way to disable it, if you don't want to run with it, is Control and D. Ching, 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 ching. Oh, we've just gone through the vintage rotary telephone station. Knowing us doing 125 miles an hour, it was like ching, 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 ching. We are doing a hacking fast right now. We are doing a hacking log fast. Look at that. That mighty machine. I feel like the Pendolino is definitely going to be one of those trains that I'm going to miss when it's gone. They're not the sort of train that I've kind of gone out of my way to spot or anything. But that's the same for a lot of modern stuff. You know me, I like my old school stuff. I keep it old school, you know? Alright, dead on 125. Oh, yes, that's... Oops. I also like how on the West Coast Main Line, like, one of my big problems with the Great Western Main Line, how it's been electrified, is it feels like the pantograph gantries, like the gantries over the tracks, are really thick. Thick, they're like thick with Qs. But, like, it's almost like there's a roof over the tracks. They're so imposing, and so, like, the Pendo still has many years. Yeah, it does. Achievement unlocked. Virgin Trains BR Class 3 United Pendolino EMU. A quick 39. Okay. Were we listening to the song 39 by Queen in the cab? Which is a banging song. I mean, Queen is my favourite band of all time, so I would say that, but that is a gorgeous song. Very kind of a Doctor Who kind of conundrum to it. I mean, Brian May is a Time Lord. I refuse to believe otherwise. He literally is a doctorate in, like, astrophysics, as well as casually, you know, it was like, by day I am rock god, by night I am astrophysicist and master of time and space. So, yeah, 39 was basically about like a crew aboard a spaceship that left Earth, but then of course due to the way that time works, like when you're out in space, what feels like a year had actually been like hundreds of years. And then when they came back, basically all of their loved ones had died because it had been like hundreds of years. And yeah, so it's actually quite sad. But it's a gorgeous, like really acoustic song. Lovely kind of harmonies to it. Roger Taylor goes full falsetto on it, which is always a lovely thing to see. I think Freddie sung it a few times live. And whenever they do it now, obviously Brian does it fully, like, sings it. Because Brian sings on the original, but Freddie sung it a few times live. Meantime, we are motoring along. This is my kind of train driving. Not having to stop for all these itty-bitty stations, you know, Tring, Bletchley, Milton Keynes. Who cares about them? Well, mostly the last one. This, just whack the throttle open and go. Except for moments like this, where you have to slow down a little bit. A tiny bit. Oh, can we just observe, by the way, in the bottom here, we are, as it stands, Coventry Platform 3 at 18:20 on the dot. ETA 18:20 on the dot. If we maintain this level of timing, I'll be impressed at myself, to be honest. Oh no! We're now behind by 1 second. Oh no, it's back again. Now, is this Bletchley? Is that Bletchley? I think it is, actually. Simon will confirm shortly, I'm sure. Oh, God. There we go. Leighton... Oh, yes, Leighton Buzzard. That's right. Leighton Bird of Prey. Bletchley is next. That's right. This is the line that I use when travelling to London from Rugeley Trent Valley. They do have the Trent Valley for Train Simulator 22, but only Rugby to Stafford. Oh, that's unfortunate. So your home stations are not represented in Train Simulator. It's an outrage. We need to rectify this. I mean, I'm lucky. There's a bunch of routes that have Swanley on it. And Swanley's rubbish. Why would you want that represented? But anyway, the station itself's fine. And besides, I've lived here for flipping 23 years. I would say that. They are... Oh, it's on the Trent Valley DLC. Oh, okay. Yes, there you go. So you do have... Oh, I see what you mean now. So what you were saying is your home stations are in the game, but the route is only Rugby to Stafford in that it doesn't actually connect to the West Coast Main Line bit. Is that what you're saying? Oh, by the way, we can go back up to 125 now. You know, that brief moment of 110. God, 15 mile an hour slower. We really felt that. Nice. Yeah, there you go. Okay, that makes sense. Just turning off my only fan. Sorry, a friend of the channel, Hawks, just sent me something that it's going to require more looking at than just being like, oh. So we got 54. We've got. No, you don't have a live audience by turning off your only fan. Oh no. It's backfired somewhat. So we have got, well, 25 minutes till Coventry. And at the moment, we are actually 2 seconds ahead of schedule. 2 seconds. That's what you call peak performance. You may not like it, but this is what peak performance looks like. I have an OnlyFan, and his name is AJ. Aww. We all love Hitch in here. Alright, so which station are we at? Oh, is this Bletchley? I think Simon confirmed that this is Bletchley. Oh my goodness. Whatever it is, the frame rate was not enjoying it. Yeah, I think that was. I saw one of the running inboards for the station, and I just saw bleh. And I was like, I think that was a B, L, and an E. So I'm going to assume that was Bletchley. Yeah, there you go. There you go. Simon's basically giving me our guide for this run. It should be like, what station did we just go through? Next station to pass is shithole. Oh, God. Well, at least we're going straight through it. Thank God we don't have to stop there. Oh, hello. We just got warned about something. Well, that was a sort of beep, like a sort of steady on. We got a green signal. Okay. Whoa. Is that what the warning was for? The frame rate? Frame rate still not having a good time. Oh, we're going on like an avoiding line, like a fast line around the outside. Maybe. Look at that. Hammond. You know what that is, don't you? It's a road. Aha. We are now passing through a dump. Just me doing the Mr. Bean, just flipping on as we go through. Oh dear. Look, if anyone in here is from Milton Keynes, it's nothing personal. I'm sure you're nice people. Pedro, where are you from? Well, I live in Swanley. Well, that's a shithole as well. Well, yeah. I'm not disputing that. Oops. What's the most prominent thing about your town? Well, it's got an Asda. Oh, God. That McLaren Indy 500 livery still... It really does. I'm not a fan. It's like they were pushing it with like the sort of, well, yeah, we're going orange, blue, and white, and kind of doing the golf livery, but kind of funky and down with the kids, but there's a bit of black in there as well, and now we're going to add khaki, brown, green, mouldy green. Asda place sucks. Excuse me. Right, we are now officially into uncharted territory. This is as far north as we've been on this route today. And what station this is, over to you, Simon, because, look, I mean, we're Wolverton. Nice, thank you. Oh my god, the buffeting. The buffeting. Buffeting. Oh, we'll get some tilt action going on as well. 4. That's what you all paid to see. We're on a Pendolino, we're going fast, and we're tilting. And we're leaning over. Like the terror squad once said, we are leaning back. Well, not leaning back, but you know what I mean. We're like a rapper, we're young lean. I would not be mad if they all crashed in the 500. Well, I mean, I would be just because I'm a Pato Award fan, but otherwise, he can live. He'll be fine. If the other two decide to, I don't know, have a crash in practice and have to be rebuilt with like the flipping Junkos car that ironically knocked out Fernando Alonso in McLaren a few years ago in Indy 500 qualifying. They like patched it up after a practice crash. Oh, I see some abandoned platforms. That's an entirely abandoned station. Hang on. Dun, dun, dun. We must investigate. That looked like a very abandoned station there. Roadie. I assume it's pronounced road. How about microphone? No, not this. This is a Shure. My camera microphone, I should say. Oh, God. Oh, my goodness me. Bing. All right, so we officially have 21 minutes to go. We have 21 minutes to go to our next stop at Coventry. I'm starting to think I may have made a tactical error by not going to the lavatory during that break I took to top up my drinks and everything. Can my bladder hold out another 20 minutes until our next stop? I mean, does it matter? Can I just pause the game? Yes, I can. But am I fussy about these things? Yeah, a little bit. Meantime, yeah. Mandolina. Just thinking about this, is there anywhere on the West Coast Main Line where you can do 140? Or is that just the East Coast with the Intercity 225 and stuff like that? Also, since I've not mentioned this yet, and I have for over 3 hours, British Touring Cars this weekend, yeah! Starting the new season, we're out here. I'm excited. New teams, new cars, gonna be really cool. I can't wait to cheer on my boy Josh Cook as he drives for Rich Energy. Oh. Yeah, applications for a new boy in the British Touring Car boy stable, please. Because my primary boy Josh Cook is on probation for as long as he has fraudulent stickers all over his car. Jason Plato showed up. Clearly he's fallen for one of those email scams. He's an old lad now, is Jason Plato. He's clearly fallen for one of those email scams. the email scam. Oh, we're an energy drink. We're going to sponsor you for the season. Oh, okay. It was only after it was announced that someone was like, "Jason, have you not been paying attention?" What? I met with the guy who runs it. He was mostly just a face of beard. He was mostly just facial hair. I'm pretty sure a bird popped out of his beard at some point, but he seemed convincing enough. No, Jason. Jason just hands him a copy of like all these newspaper cuttings from the 2019 F1 season. Oh, I'm sure he'll be fine. He's probably learnt his lesson now. Maybe. I don't know. I don't care. I'm retiring this year. What about your teammates? Well then. At least it's the last season of Plato. It is the Plato Farewell Tour. The Plato Retirement Tour. It was always going to happen. As soon as Matt Neal retired, it was like, yeah, he's coming out Kimmy style. He really is. At least he beat Matt Neal at something. He just wanted one more full season. He was like, I can beat Matt Neal at this. I do maintain as well that when he... it's a Voyager. I still honked out of politeness for the driver because someone has to drive them. At least if you're in the cab of one of them, you're not looking at it or sitting in it. So there is that. Update, by the way, sit rep. Our ETA is currently 18 seconds early. Might be a record for today. If we can keep it up, of course. For now. Blissworth, you just passed through with that sign. Oh, okay. Was there a station there? Or was there once upon a time? Didn't look like there was one, but then again... for God's sake, can we stop this now, game? Stop that. Was. Okay. I thought there wasn't much Station E there. Oh my God, look at this. Wobbling. Wobbling, the tilting. Oh, look at this. Our ETA is now 20 seconds early arriving into Coventry. I better be absolutely showered in bonus points if we arrive early into Coventry. Given that early on we were basically penalised like minus 500 points every single time we arrived at a station 2 minutes late. I'm thinking of adopting that new Scottish kid coming into the... Oh, Dexter! Dexter Patterson! In Dexter Patterson's laboratory lies the fastest driver you will ever see. When Ada Moffat blows his cars to smithereens. No Jack Goff. Oh, no. Anyway. I'll be honest, I never got the hype with Jack Goff, really. I know some people liked him. I know some people found his name funny. You know, Jack Goff. Yeah, you know. But I don't know, man. He just seemed to kind of explode on the scene and be like the next Wunderkid. The Wunderkind. The next Wonderkid of British touring cars. And then sort of... I don't know, like, there were far too many times where he'd run second right behind the car in front of him, right behind the leader, and be like, well, spend the entire race being like, oh, I'm faster, I'm going to try and overtake, and then never actually do it. Like, he just seemed to lack a certain killer instinct. Like, I just wanted him to send it, and he never did. And I'm like, not quite, you know? Bit of the, what was it? You know, people always criticised Sebastian Vettel earlier in his career for not being good at overtaking, like he was a pole merchant. He was a front row merchant, you know what I mean? Like, if he started on the front row, yeah, he'd win by leading every single lap. But if he started in the mid-pack, he was terrible. And then Ash Sutton came along and said, fuck you. Yeah. Ash Sutton has just kind of obliterated everyone. I'll be honest, I'm kind of more excited for this season, even if Ash Sutton is still really good, because, like the last few years, I've just been frustrated with how, like, tediously effortless it's seeming to be for him. In a random, like, Privateer Infinity, I'm like, the way he was so much faster than some people consistently, it was like, it's almost OP, you know what I mean? But if he goes over to Ford, front-wheel drive, all that stuff, brand new team and everything, and still smashes it, then I'm like, okay, no, he really is just that good. And him and Darren Cavenish's cars look lit, so there you go. Meantime, how long can my bladder hold out? We've got 14 minutes. Well, 13 minutes until the Coventry stop. Imagine that simulated it in the game. I actually hopped off the train at Coventry and ran to the bathroom. Hops off the train. Excuse me, where are the toilets? Aren't you supposed to be driving this train? Yeah, well, we're stopping here for a couple of minutes. We're fine. Like that flipping scene for The Naked Gun where Frank Drebin's in a press conference and he accidentally leaves his lapel mic on when he goes to the toilet, so he accidentally broadcasts him having a slash through this entire hall. Like, someone's trying to give a speech. It's like, well, quite apart from the security, it was... he starts singing to himself in the toilet. He lets out a fart and everything. It's just like, oh, no. I think both were dubbed in the Max Verstappen of the touring cars. Who, Ash Sutton? A little bit. Slightly less ego, I will say, but that's not hard. Look at this arrow. Whoa. Arrow straight run. Bing. Yeah, you see what I was saying earlier? I don't know if you guys heard that there. That being from inside the cockpit, we were on the external camera, but that being was still just as loud as it would have been inside the cockpit. I think that's the fix they've added. Because people, and it used to happen to me all the time, I'd be like, oh, looking at the external cameras, and then suddenly be like, yeah, you didn't acknowledge the AWS, so we just slam the brakes on. I'm like, oh, I didn't hear it. Oh, once again, Hammond, you know what that is, don't you? It's a road. I don't know what road it is, but it is one. Oh, look at that. All the people in their cars are like, wow, look at the train. It's going so fast. Yeah, it is. I mean, you could do 125 on the motorway, but, I mean, A, you'd probably blow the motor with your knackered Vauxhall Corsa, and B, the cops would be like, no, stop that. Also, I think Gordon Shedden could be a dark horse this season. Man's too good not to be. Like, I was kind of surprised that he was kind of meh for the first half of last season, but like, AJ, this is not Germany. We're not on the Autobahn. Yeah, no, I think with the season behind him, getting used to the car again and kind of team dynamics bouncing back, adjusting to be a privateer team again, which is weird. That's very weird. I think they'll be good. G-Sheds and Dan Robotham is, he's looking pretty good as well. He's looking pretty good. I think it'll be a fun time. I think BMW are going to need to come back swinging because they've just had their face kicked off by Ash Sutton the last 2 years. We're not having that. They're just like, we're not having this. Ow, that was a very loud beep. We're slowing. A red light has flashed. Oh, hang on. Oh. Okay, no, we're good. We've saved it. TAS intervention reset. I don't know what a TAS intervention is, but I've pressed the button and now it's letting me accelerate again. Right, okay, let's get back to speed. Come on. We were doing so well. We're still 23 seconds early on our ETA. Come on. I wonder what the TAS intervention reset button is. Whether there's a shortcut for it on the keyboard. TAS warning, TAS health. All right, 9 minutes. 9 minutes till we get to Coventry, and I can nip to the bathroom. I can nip to the loo. Tell you what, man, I have underrated the West Coast Main Line for the longest time. Like I said before, I'm no fan of... I hate Euston. Funnily enough, the station we're going to, I don't like either. Birmingham New Street is a nightmare for me, but... yeah, I mean, the main line itself... Can't complain, man. Look at this. If you put one current F1 driver in a British touring car, who would you choose and why? Oh, that's a pretty good question, actually. That's actually pretty good. Daniel Ricciardo. I feel like Australian, you know, he knows his V8 supercars and that. He knows. He understands the way of the touring car, and he's a Sen master, so I think Daniel Ricciardo would be baller in a touring car. You want a Nigel Mansell moment for the new generation, there you go. Or if you really want to go full that way, you just get Lando Norris. But I'm not sure. I think Lando Norris would be a bit like, oh no, I'm not sure what I'm doing. Oh no, I've been punted off. How's that happened? Alonso, he's good at driving. Yeah, no, Alonso would be good. I think he'd be vibes. He'd be vibes. Oh, look at this. Oh, what station is this? This looks pretty dramatic. Oh, I think I recognise it somehow. It looks familiar to me, but I've not got any clue. Would anyone hate me for saying Nicholas Latifi? No, the thought cross... Oh, it's rugby. Oh, there you go. Thanks, Simon. Tour guide Simon has popped up again. Thank you for the knowledge there. Would anyone hate me for saying Nicholas Latifi? I considered it. I'm sure he'd be fun. I'm sure he's a good driver. Like, it's just not levels, you know? He was pretty... Wasn't he an F2 world champion? Or is at least like a race winner in F2? He was pretty decent. Like, sometimes you just don't find your natural fit. Like, it ain't even a talent thing. Sometimes you go up to F1 and it just ain't suiting you. Trent Valley line diverted off to the right. Oh, there you go. So that's where you would join going down to London. So somewhere kind of over there. We're going past Simon's house somewhere over there. Somewhere in the distance over there. It's like, yeah, Simon. Right. 5.5 minutes. And we are still 19 seconds ahead of schedule. If we could be 21 seconds early, that would be perfectly on brand. And also, my bladder is screaming at me now, so if we could just be early in general. Colton Herter and Lando Norris in British Touring Cars. Oh, hell yeah. Hell yeah, that'd be funny. I mean, I love the fact that when that clip of Colton calling Santino Ferrucci a wanker over the radio, which is one of the great moments of motorsport in the last few years. And Ferrucci just like yeeted himself off and was like, haha, wanker. Everyone was like, where the hell did he get that British swear word from? And I'm like, Maji, he was teammates with Lando Norris in British F4, and when he was running in the series, they were on the support card for the British Touring Cars. That's where my guy learned some fruity British language there. He picked up some of the local dialect, shall we say. Also, oh my god, my bladder is not having fun. It's really not having... We are 22 seconds ahead of schedule, though. It's not 21 seconds, but I'll take it. Come on. 4 minutes. 4 minutes. It's funny as well, because it's still showing 6.1 miles, or 6 miles. The distance, like, that's still quite a way away. No, it isn't. Not for this train, it ain't. Oh, I love the actual like buffeting, the feeling of the train sort of buffeting on speed. It is doing the James buffeting. I love how that's simulated. You can really feel it. A lot of non-UK motorsport peeps would not understand British touring car banter, but me and AJ do. Hell yeah. It's a unique kind of banter, you know what I mean? Do you see the video of Herter avoiding power spinning on pit exit? No, I didn't. Is that from the Indianapolis test? All right, I'm actually going to focus here. Mainly because my bladder is causing quite a distraction. I don't know, I need to see this. Oh, God. Come on. Come on, we're nearly there. 3 minutes. We're now 24 seconds. You might be about to witness history, folks. Watch as I now just completely forget to brake and just go, yeah! I'll miss my stop anyway, never mind. Well, fuck me, I guess. Will had a brown... Was it a code brown? 3 miles. 2.9. We're getting closer. We are closing in on Coventry at a rapid rate of knots. My finger is just hovering over the brake button, just like, I'm ready, I'm ready. 2.16, 2 miles. Starting to break. Starting to have a breakdown. 2, 3. Yep, don't worry. AWS, I'm well aware of the task at hand. I'm well aware of the assignment. Okay, we are slowing down pretty nicely now. Still doing nearly 100 as we're a mile out from the station. Gradual braking though, gradual braking. Trust the process, trust the process. I heard you say Hertha and thought you said Hertha, and I was thinking, wait, Hertha don't play midweek. Okay. Okay, we really need to start slowing down now. The station's there. Come on, come on, come on. Come on, please don't screw this up. Please don't screw this up. Yeah, no, I think we're good. Okay, yep. We're just going to cruise into the station. Yeah, real nice. Okay, nice and smooth. Nice and smooth. Here we go. Here we go. Come on. Come on. Yes! We were early. We arrived into Coventry early. Hell yeah. Give me all the bonus points, game. You better just splash bonus points all over my face. Hell yeah. Also, I'm now going to pause and go for a slash. Because I quite need it. Oh, that is better. That's so much better. Oh my god. Okay. Whew. Right, where were we? Now, the steering why single-seat drivers who have raced in British F4 F3 do well in wet weather in F1 because there will be at least one wet race a year. Yeah. British weather. If you can do it on a wet Sunday morning in in flipping Donington. Oh, ow. So my eye is sort of twitching there. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Right, so 10 minutes till the 4-hour mark, but we've got about another 20 minutes left of our journey. Yeah, we can do that. We'll be okay. Should be anyway. Silence aboard the mothership. Any cab lights? Exterior lights. Exterior lights healthy. Well, I hope they are. No current fault. Well, that's encouraging. Also good to know. Plus 200. Oh, come on. Plus 200 for being early. All right, let's keep it going, shall we? Here we go. Onwards we go. So we're due into Birmingham International in about 9 minutes. So we've done the heavy lifting on this trip. The log blast, the flat-out blast. It was about 40 minutes, I think. Almost non-stop flat-out from Watford Junction to Coventry. To Cov. Line to Leamington via Kenilworth joining on the left. Line to Nuneaton diverts away at the right. Oh, there you go. Yep, I was just about to ask about that, Simon. Your knowledge on this stream has been invaluable. Thank you. Genuinely, I appreciate it. Meantime, 75 mile an hour starting speed, 95 miles an hour we're going up to in a minute, then 100. We're being beeped at. God, I've been like focused on this final. I'm like, no more fucking around, we're doing this. We're driving one of the fastest trains in the UK. We are not messing around. No more banter. And wiping out half of Milton Keynes. Oops, I don't know how that happened. I don't know how that happened. Well, once again, our ETA is running 7 seconds early. My God. My God. What station we got here? Carley? Carley? Not sure I know that one. Canley. There you go. Okay. Like I say, I don't know why I'm trying to read the station signs on the on the platforms. We're going by at like 100 plus mile an hour, and we literally have someone who knows the line sat in the cab with us. Yeah, Simon's actually sat there. He's actually got like a tannoy on the answer. It's like, and the next stop we're coming up to is Coventry, and we're just passing through Canley station now, and the line to Nuneaton branches off at the right here. I'm just like, yes, I'm just pressing buttons and doing a fast, doing a hecking fast. Like I say, I'm a southeasterner. We're heading sort of northwest. This is the opposite. The polarities are reversed for me right now. Right, so 7.75 miles to Birmingham Int. Birmingham Int. Funnily enough, Birmingham International to Birmingham New Street, there was one time I'd stayed over. Well, I got the train from Birmingham International because I went to visit, I went to like a little event put on by one of my best friends at Autosport International. It was like a evening, like, dinner meet-up sort of thing. Tile Hill. Oh, thank you. Good spot. And yeah, I'd gone along basically to Autosport International and that, which is at, you know, what do you call it? The XL? Oh my God, what's it called? Brain's just gone blank. My brain has gone completely blank. The NEC, that's right. NEC Birmingham, thank you. Do you ever just do that? The brain's just like, no. You're like, brain, please remember the thing. And the brain's like, reading the newspaper, like, what? No, you're on your own, mate. So yeah, it was at the Birmingham NEC. And yeah, I got the train from Birmingham International to New Street to change to go home. In fact, no, I didn't go via New Street. I went via Moore Street. I insisted on going via Birmingham Moore Street because A, I don't like New Street. B, I really like Moore Street. It's probably one of my favourite stations in the country. Mostly to do with the fact that they've put it out in a lovely, like, beautiful sort of original restoration of the original GWR architecture. Oh, we just passed through Berkswell. There you go. But yeah, on the train from Birmingham International to New Street, I accidentally got on with an entire train rammed full of teenage football hooligans or teenage football ultras. Massively, I mean, this was like 10 in the morning and they were already on the log. There was, we're not even talking Stellas here. We're talking like white Ace, you know, like sort of own brand corner shop. Just there, like homeless, like drunk deros in your town centre would just be like, ew, what the fuck's that? I might be homeless, but I've got taste. Jesus Christ. You know what I mean? And they were chanting all sorts of, I mean, pretty horrendously offensive shit. And then I realised who they were fans of. Yeah, they were MK Dons fans. I found myself stuck on a train rammed full of drunk MK Dons fans. You don't know how much I really had to bite my tongue. I don't know who they were playing that day. I assume some sort of Midlands, West Midlands team. Wasn't no, it wouldn't have been Coventry City. They would have been going the wrong way if that was the case. Was it? No, it can't have been. Birmingham City are in the Championship, so it wouldn't have been them. I'm trying to remember who it was. Ooh! Meantime, that's an abandoned station if ever... Well, oh no, it isn't. Okay, no, this is an active station. You sure they were fans and not just plastic ornaments? Probably, yeah. Hampton in Arden. 1839, the Birmingham and Derby Junction Railway used to run their line from Derby to Hampton in Arden and had to reverse train to Birmingham until they built the line via water. Oh, God, that's the... Ah! Oh, no, I've alt-tabbed. No, what have I done? Oh, God. We're being beeped at loudly again. Hang on, no. Stop. There we go. Okay, we're good. Oh, and we're now speeding. Jesus Christ. Quickly, go. Slow down. Oh, my God. 250 points minused off. That's almost all of our points. Oh, my God, and now Birmingham International's coming up. Oh, my God, everything's got very stressy very quickly. This is not how you get me to drive a train properly, game. Yelling at me is not the way to do it. And then me accidentally alt-tabbing out probably didn't help either. Okay, come on. Keep it together. You got this. You're good. We're on... Our ETA is 45 seconds early, so... Well, 40 seconds now, but even so. Sorry, it's a Voyager. I can't help it. All right, here we go. Come on. Oh, look at this. Oh, we're going to absolutely trounce this, lads. Oh, no, 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 no. No, no. Stop, please. Please, stop. Close enough. Yep. Close enough. It's fine. We'll just sort of not open the first few doors. There you go. We're good. We're fine. Look, if you're in the front coach, look, just go down one. The front doors will not open at the station. Oh, is that due to short platforms? No, it's due to the driver being a penis. Whoops. But I would like to stress, we were nearly a minute early. So, you know. Why has my face cam now decided to disconnect? That's lovely. Right, there we go. Right, we're back. Yeah, every so often my face cam will just decide it just doesn't want to be connected anymore. It will just give up. I know that feeling with MK Dons fans once on a train with Everton fans when I support Liverpool. Oh, no. Oh, no. The amount of gritted teeth. Like, you must have been making sparks in your mouth and the amount of teeth grinding you were doing. Just like, I want to say something. Right, okay. Things are threatening to fall apart a bit here, but we're nearly there. We are very nearly there. Whoops. Oh, another plus 200 for timeliness. And I boarded that train at Milton Keynes Central. Oh, God. It's a cursed station. What can I say? It's a cursed place. All right, here we go. Let's go. Here we go. Last leg of the journey. Let's do it. Let's make like Adam Hills and complete the last leg of the journey. Budum tish. Hang on a minute. Right, anyway, where were we? Sorry, my mixer decided to randomly start playing Spotify. I don't know why. Right. Okie doke. ROPR Mixer Stream 2021 to 2021. Well, it was more like, geez, when was I even streaming on? It was 2019, wasn't it? RIP Mixer, Mixer Days 2019 to 2019. Just messing with my mum like, are you trying to play something on Spotify? And mum was like, yeah, she's having a fit. I don't know what's going on. I'm like, yeah, you're telling me she just randomly started playing music at max volume in the kitchen. Scared the shit out of me. I was doing like, excuse me? I was in 2019. Yeah, well, to be fair, after the last few years we've had, time is just a construct that no one can understand. Oh, we've got a station. Tour guide Simon will be coming through with the info in a minute. (91, 92 miles an hour). Marston Green, there you go. All right. Oh, God, no, speeding. No, 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 no. All right, let's not bottle it now. All right, let's just keep it together. Let's keep it together. Keep it together. We're so close to the end now. We're so close. We've made it this far. Lee Hall, there we go. That's a nice little station. Look at that. I like that. I do like the sort of over-the-tracks kind of platform building, or station building, I should say. You know, you steps down to the platforms. It's nice, you know. All right. Was built in the 1930s. Oh, there you go. All right, 4.3 miles to go. 30 seconds early on the ETA. New Street, Birmingham New Street platform 04B. Another reason I don't like Birmingham New Street, the platforms make no sense. It's like platform number 69B35F. Do some trains have something like cruise control? Sort of. What these kind of AWS and these sort of beeps and that are basically like, well, AWS means stands for automatic warning system. It's kind of like way of saying, driver, are you paying attention? Stetchford on the line to Aston diverting away. Freight only. Oh, okay. Excellent. Right. 3 miles to New Street. See, that beep that just came on there was kind of like saying, yeah, you're going to have to slow down in a minute. Things are happening in a minute. Are you paying attention? And then if you don't press the button to say, yes, I'm paying attention, it will automatically come to a stop. All right, we're easing off now. One more through station. We've had Lee, well, we haven't had Lee Green yet. Or is that, no, that's in London. Adderley Park, final station before New Street. Hey, there you go. We're nearly there. We are very nearly there. Oh, come on, come on. Let's not lose any more points for speeding this late in the day. There we go. Oh, timed that perfectly. Yes, yes, yes. Okay. Doing all right, doing all right. Oh. And back it off, come on. Slow down, 45. Whoa! That was a big wobble there over the points. Woohoo! Steady on. Steady. My local station, Rugeley Town, does have a service stopping at those stations, the Birmingham International. Okay. Not, New Street. We're winding our way into New Street now. Winding our way in. Still doing 45. We'll slow to 30 in a minute and then 10. Rugeley, Walsall, New Street and International. Oh, okay, there you go. Oh, quite a steep decline into New Street. A decline in quality. No. Yes, don't worry, I'm paying attention. Oh, is that a yellow signal? Is that a yellow signal for us? Oh, steady, come on. Steady. Moore Street above you. Oh, that's right. Yeah, New Street basically goes underneath Moore Street on the way in. Oops. Come on. Come on. 10 miles an hour. Which feels agonizingly slow after how fast we've been going for so long. There you go. 10 miles an hour on the dot. Don't... Oh my God, game. Can you stop? Game, do you want to calm down? Oh, we're gonna be almost 2 minutes early. Rolling in. There's another Pendolino waiting in the platform there. There's a 350 there. Another 350 there. I'm just trundling in, coasting in. We're on a downhill incline anyway. I'm determined to get this right. For the amount of times I've done, I've just goofed, even on this stream alone, the amount of times I've just goofed up. The supposed train nerd that can't drive a train to save his life might be about to do it. Hello, Karen Gillen. How you doing? Good thing there's no buffers here. Yeah, it probably helps. I don't need that added pressure, you know what I mean? Come on, come on. Come on, we're easing it right up to the end of the platform. And then what we're going to do is we're going to bring it right to a stop right about here. 9 to 11 car stop. Oh, yeah. Oh, over a minute early. Over a minute early into New Street. Kablam. Look at that. Hell yeah. Can I get some heck yeahs in chat? I'm genuinely proud of that. We did all right. We did all right there. Whoa, zoomed in a lot there. So up there is the, what's the name of the shopping centre around here? Heck yeah, hell yeah. Thing is, we sit here for ages at each stop for Grand Central above New Street. Oh, that's right. And yeah, if you sort of go out of the station and walk that way, about 10 minutes walk across town, you get to Moore Street Station, which we actually came underneath when we came into the station, into New Street. That's where they cross over. Nice, fast and steady run. Good work. That's the end of your shift today. Thank you. Thank you as well, game. Appreciate that. Hey, it's Birmingham. It is. And we finished with a final score of 615. Unlocked West Coast Main Line. It's long journey. Rex is playing songs again. I don't know what's going on. She's haunted tonight. 13,440 XP total. Oh, my goodness. Well, we just about bronzed it. But you know what? I'll take that. I will absolutely take that. And that will bring to an end an epic stream. 4 hours 15. I could just about handle that. I didn't want to go longer than 4 hours, but we'll wrap things up for tonight there. We've got 3 mostly complete runs in. Well, the 350 run was a bit of a disaster, but then we at least went back and figured that one out. And I'm probably going to go and unplug my Brexa now because she's having a stroke. So before I do that, we're going to... I don't fucking know what's going on over there. Right, what we're going to do to finish today... Ha! Dovetail Games, Train Simulator Classic. Funny that. Should we go and raid them? I don't know. There's Smileable playing iRacing. There's a friend of the channel, Tori Yumai, playing Sea of Thieves. There's Wushel VR playing Race Room. There's a few choices to who we could raid, you know. There's also Trans Northeast. Lovely, lovely Trans Pirate She is currently playing Sonic Adventure 2 by the look of it. So, anyone have any choice? Do you know what? I think it'd be rude not to. I think we just got to do it. We just got to do it to them. Raid Dovetail Games. Kublam. I think it's only fair. We're going to pop over and raid Dovetail Games because, unsurprisingly, they are, playing the game that we've been playing all day. Well, for the last 4 and a bit hours. Thank you all for joining me tonight. I know that the stream was at a bit of an awkward time, but I think we had a lot of fun in the end. Very cool little route to do. Plenty of interesting stuff to do. At some point, I want to do a spoof rail tour running an old West Coast Mainline stalwart on the current West Coast Mainline South. That being an LMS Jubilee class steam loco. Hopefully the next tea and train stream will be mostly kettles. It'll just be all kettles. Between the kettles that make the tea and the kettles that make the chuff, it'll all be good. But thank you all so much for hanging out tonight. Tomorrow, we'll be back at 2 p.m, the normal time, and we should be back into Far Cry 3. We'll be starting fresh, and we'll be doing a full series. I've got a plan figured out for a fun run-through of that, which mostly does the story missions as long as they unlock stuff, but otherwise, fuck that. We just want to twat around and take over the island, And thank you all so much. I appreciate your company. I appreciate your support always. I love you all very much. Have a lovely rest of your evening. Good night.